What up, and welcome to another episode of the unofficial podcast of the National Football League, the world-famous and critically acclaimed 5-6 Kings podcast. I'm David Breen, and with me, as always, my dear friend, co-host, and award-winning actor, Braden Bullard. Braden, how are you, man?
David, I'm ready to never back the fuck down. Anyone tries me again, I'm gonna never
hurt him.
I'm gonna never back down. That's what I'm gonna do.
There we go.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I might back down.
Yeah.
You know, what if it's someone like big and scary, and I'm like, I don't want to fight this person.
Like Thanos.
It's like, do I have the option to walk away, or a real person? You know?
Yeah, or
like
yeah.
Brock Lesnar is like, hey, you need to walk away, or I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. I'm gonna be like, see you later, Brock.
Yeah.
You go about your business. I'm gonna go do some other shit.
Yeah, but then he's like, yeah, but fuck your parents. Then I'm gonna they're gonna say something wrong, and I'll be like, no, I can't back down.
Yeah, I would still back down. I'd be like, all right,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
All right, man.
Hey, some of us, we got this pride with
pride.
we got this pride with our ego. We can't back down.
Yeah,
That's worse than getting our ass dying. It's worse than dying.
yeah, not for me.
Yeah,
Not for me. I'll live another day. You know, I'll take it.
I heard a story from Joe Rogan recently where
I don't care about that.
Oh, dude, it's a quick, fun story. It's not too fun or too long.
It's probably not gonna be that fun.
No. One reason why he
cool.
stopped training in MMA was because he knocked someone out really bad in training. Went back to his coach. And his coach, I think, was some like Asian karate guy that's like older and has been doing this like his whole life. And he was like, "Good shot. Like, you got him." And Joe was like, "Yeah, but that's like your student as well," kind of thing. He's like, "Yeah, is he okay?" And then he's like, "I don't know." He goes, "Yeah, sometimes they die." And then he just walked off. And Joe was like, right after he said that, he's been around apparently.
Sometimes they die.
Yeah, that was like the statement.
That's a fun thing to say.
Yeah.
You were
I'm
right.
sure.
You were right. You delivered on the fun, Braden.
It was a quick little.
Yeah.
But that's why Joe apparently stopped. He's like, he started like rethinking. Is this fucking worth it?
You delivered on the fun with that story.
Thanks,
But
bro.
you know what really delivered on the fun? Never back down.
Oh yeah,
Dude, I forgot about
Yeah.
this movie.
It was a little bit more fun than I remembered it being.
This is such a there's not a single scene where a single person acts like a normal human being.
No, yeah.
There's I remember thinking like, oh, some of the people are crazy, sure. No, every single person in every single scene is out of their fucking minds in this movie.
Yeah, and that's gonna make it
Awesome.
fun for an actor to be like, oh, I'm gonna go be fucking ridiculous.
I don't think that's what the plan was, though.
What do you mean? As to like
The main guy was supposed to be a normal person. Like, oh, he's a little angry, but he's supposed to be normal. Like, no,
Yeah.
this kid's out of his fucking head.
yeah,
His brother was supposed to be normal.
he's a fucking
what a
psycho.
sad little psycho that kid is.
Oh my god,
Like,
we'll get into
yeah,
that.
the mom out of her fucking head.
Yeah,
The trainer out of his fucking head.
and no one's really better. I feel like throughout. I mean, we get some
Oh,
highs
they
and-
get better. They get better.
in their own way, but it's like, did it really?
All right, should we talk money?
Oh, David, we could talk money, but one
Yeah.
thing I was gonna say though was that the screenwriter was inspired by YouTube videos. Hold on, let me see if this is still going. Yep, it's still going.
Of the 5-6 Kings podcast?
Yeah,
He was like, I was watching the 5-6 Kings podcast like a decade and a half before it existed, and I was inspired by them.
got to make a movie about never backing down after watching those guys.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Totally makes sense. But he was inspired by YouTube videos of high school fights that his son showed him. Can you imagine being like a fucking fully grown
being
man?
a father,
Yeah.
having your son show you videos of other kids fighting and being like, I gotta put that into a movie. Put that in a movie.
It's crazy when you're like a
Jesus.
full-grown man, but dude, I mean, I feel like, I don't want to say inspired, but like definitely Kimbo Slice, Jorge Masvidal, seeing some of those videos growing up, feel like had somewhat of an influence, and just all the other fights from World Star. World Star is not what it is today, but back in the day, it was just fighting, and I don't know. I didn't used to watch it that crazy much, but I do remember kind of being a little. I feel like the culture at that time was a little influenced by shit like that. I don't know about
not the culture, just you, because you're a fucking sheep. All right. When you're a wolf like me, you create your own wolf. Come on. All right,
I get it.
We don't need to explain what movie it's in, all right? When you're a wolf like me, you create your own motherfucking influence, all right?
Yeah.
I didn't need Kimbo Slice to tell me to do bad things to people. I didn't need that. I just did it.
Yeah, you just needed Denzel Washington from American Gangster.
I didn't need that.
No?
I just did it.
Ah, my bad.
All right.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking sheep.
Well said, David.
All right, did it cost $12 to make this movie? Because I feel like it should have cost around $12 to make this movie.
It cost a lot more, David. You're going to be surprised.
I don't think I'll be that surprised.
I mean, this was made in 2008.
Yeah, like I'm going to guess $20 million.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, like I'm not surprised.
That's a good guess.
They rented out weird, nice houses to do this. Like I'm sure
the parties were way bigger than they should have been.
Yeah, they had to rent out that club to do the fucking thing at the end. Like it seemed like they shot on location, but it didn't seem like a fake club.
But even then, that's the most amount of money was going towards
soundtrack.
Yeah,
dude, this soundtrack. Holy, like the movie's awful, guys. The soundtrack. It's like a 2000s emo rap kid. Like it's a dream for that. They got the Soulja Boy song. They got Stronger by Kanye West. They got the My Chemical Romance. The teenagers get the living shit out of me song.
Yeah.
Like they just fucking said, yeah, we're gonna go all in on pop punk and hip hop.
Yeah,
and they nailed it.
They did. Yeah, especially
also,
for that.
I remember
time period.
The trailer for this movie. Having that song, the Headstrong to take you on. I remember that being in the trailer for this movie. Mm-hmm. It's not in the movie.
That's crazy.
That means they paid to have it in the trailer and weren't like, let's get our money's worth having it in the movie. They're like, nah, fuck that.
Maybe it was like a certain price.
It was the perfect trailer song.
Yeah.
And we're going to have the rest of the soundtrack be different songs.
I have to assume that they had some deal where it was only for the trailer. Because, I mean, how dumb can you be to not
They're
have...
just like, we got $20 million burning a hole in our pocket. Let's spend it on some motherfucking music.
Yeah, unless Amber Heard and...
who?
Johnny Depp's ex.
No.
I don't know how you want to...
We've done movies with Amber Heard where we only describe her as ever been laid stolen boy.
Fuck.
We've done several movies because in Alpha Dog, that's what she says to Zach. She said, ever been laid, stolen boy?
Yeah. Yeah, right? That is her.
You should know that. The listener should have been like, yeah, Amber Heard.
Yeah.
You and me know she's ever been laid, stolen boy.
Never been laid, stolen boy.
Ever been laid, stolen boy. It's a question. She's like, ever been laid, stolen boy?
Ever been laid, stolen boy.
He's like, no. She's like, well, me and Amanda Seyfried are going to fuck you in the pool.
Yeah. And then Elon Musk was just like, oh, I'm going to fuck her one day.
So let's talk what they made.
David. It was enough.
Come on. I gotta go in completely fresh.
You're fresh.
I need you to not give me any like, it's decent money, Did they make $45 million?
Very close.
Am I over or under?
You're over.
40.
41.
Look at that.
Dude.
Good on them.
Yeah.
They happy with that?
I mean, they should be.
They happy with a $21 million profit?
I almost, no. Well, yes. And that, what I was going to say is they probably made a shit ton of money on DVD sales.
Sure.
And that's not calculated in this, which is kind of what I was like in my own head having a rebuttal
DVDs
about.
And then starting to sell it to streaming services.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, and then they made a bunch of sequels that I didn't know about until recently.
Yeah,
and it's like there's like 6 sequels to Never Back Down.
That's pretty
You're
wild.
like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah. I mean, dude, but seriously, I'm like, how the fuck did they spend $20 million? Because even if you took
soundtrack.
Yes, you're right. But beyond the soundtrack, let's say those 2 scenes, even if they were to take $1 million for those 2 scenes where it was like the house party and
it was soundtrack, and then they had really good catering on the set.
That's what it was.
They're like, we got to go all out. Like, fuck it.
Pub subs 24/7.
No.
Oh. I thought you loved pub subs.
I don't know.
I thought you were the pub sub number one supporter.
I'm getting a spam text. Should I do some shit with them?
Dude, you know what we should do? We should get him on here. We should call him up.
No, I don't want them to
yeah.
feel the need to reach back out to me in the future. So like the guy engaged with us. Are the ratings in or what?
David, we got some fucking ratings, and you know, they're not as good as maybe we thought the movie was. But IMDb gave it a 6.5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 21%. That's got to be one of the lowest scores. Metacritic gave it a 39%, and Google users gave it a 77%, which is 1% lower than Sicario de Soldado.
Goddamn right of this.
That's one crazy to me.
Goddamn right.
That's fucking crazy to me.
Not to me for that one.
What, the Google?
Yeah, because it's Google, and you just give it a thumbs down.
Yeah.
Like we talked about it last week, where I think most people...
They just compared it to the first.
To Sicario, and they're like, man, fuck this movie. It sucked. It's a good movie. It's nowhere near as good as the first, but it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
What do you give it?
$6.4.
I had to physically react to that.
Yeah.
6.4?
Yeah, 6.4.
Dude, this is a horrible movie.
Yeah, it is terrible.
This is a really, really bad movie. 6.4, just so you know, that is 1.6 lower than what you gave Sicario.
Oh, man.
That's fucking insane. I'm giving this a 2.
Yeah.
This was a horrible movie.
Fuck, bro. Why'd I give it
You're
a 6?
You're giving it a 6. Like, that's... Like, Jesus, like, I was not... Dude, like, normally I expect your nonsense responses for some movies. This completely caught me off guard. 6.4. Like, what did you give Whiplash? The drumming movie. That's an all-right, like, Oscar-nominated movie.
Yeah,
like,
I think I gave it, like, an 8.
I feel like you give it in, like, the 7s.
I mean, there would probably be a high 7 if I give...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
6.4. Braden loves MMA.
I actually thought this movie was kind of trash. I don't know. It's kind of hard to justify it because now that I fucking have a second, I guess I got kind of put on the spot. But if I could change it, I would.
Hold on, put on the spot. You didn't know we were gonna.
No,
you didn't know we were gonna give a rating for the movie.
I meant it as like
you're like, oh shit, we give numbers. That's right.
Yeah.
6.4.
Yeah, well, I was just I didn't have my mind made up, and then I was like, oh fuck, okay, well, yeah, we're doing that. Let me think, and then the little bit of pressure got to me, I guess. You know, it's like, oh, bro, got the fucking, you know, all these great. I got Amber Heard listening in. I care what she thinks. Who? Ever been late, stolen boy?
There we go.
I'm nervous, you know. I mean, all right, so yeah, I definitely fucked up with the score, but if I was to try to justify it at all. You know, there was a beginning, middle, and end.
That's your thing. That's your thing. Any movie where you're like, well, it started, and there was a movie, and then it ended. So why wouldn't I give it a Give it a decent? David, fuck you, David. They made a goddamn movie. All right, you have no idea how difficult it is to make a movie. These motherfuckers did it.
I mean, IMDb is like a trustful source. They gave it a 6.5. I guess I'm not too fucked up.
No, you're way too fucked up. Fuck IMDb for that. Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic are the only people who know what they're doing. But let's find out. Maybe I'll be proven wrong.
Yeah.
Let's check out the awards.
Oh, David.
They clean up some awards that weren't Teen Choice or MTV.
Oh, fuck. I just exited out of it.
Sometimes you got to exit out of it.
Yeah.
Just to show it who's boss.
Yeah.
You want to show the award page, be like, hey, you ain't nothing to me. Look how easily I can make you go away. All right? You ain't shit, award page.
Yeah, because they didn't...
I'll sit here. I'll click you off. You'll be gone.
Yeah.
You could be gone forever if I decide.
They didn't want us to expose, but they got one win.
Here we go. What was it?
Best fight. And that was the finale.
There we go. Yeah. Best fight at the MTV. Like, just so you're not like, oh, was that like some...
prestigious,
like choreographed fighting award show. No, it was the MTV Movie and TV Awards
because they know fighting.
Yeah, if anyone knows fight scenes in movies, it's MTV.
Yeah, they got it.
That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah,
That is for goddamn sure. That's it. No other nominations?
Nothing.
Look at that.
Yeah.
What a fucking
It's just
movie.
One for one. That's 100%.
You know what? Good on them.
What other movie
Yeah,
has 100%?
They're batting 1,000. That's respectable.
Yeah. And what I will say
Godfather
is,
can't say that.
no, they can't. Even though this movie was dog shit, one thing that they did do well is I felt like even though it's like not realistic with like the way the characters are, the actors played it well enough to where you're like, okay, I like how ridiculous this is, and I like the dynamic between some of these characters. Where I want to see a little bit of what I know what's gonna happen. It's not like, oh, unpredictable. This is gonna be Departed at the fucking end or some shit. You know what's gonna happen, but I don't know. Some of the characters maybe grow on you. Like
No.
no,
No.
you don't like
No
them?
normal person has that mindset.
Yeah, I
so
guess.
like I understand what you're saying. I felt that's because I'm like, oh, they're just out of their fucking minds. And
Yeah.
that wasn't the plan of this movie, but that's how it's coming off.
Yeah.
Great. I want to see how Ever Been Laid, Stolen Boy, and the fucking guy from Iowa interact.
Yeah,
Because there's no reason for them to interact.
because it's ridiculous.
Because this is nonsense what they're showing me right now.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. That wasn't their goal.
No.
They wanted us to really care about every person in this movie, and I did not.
No, I didn't either. Yeah.
Do we
I
want to
fucked
jump?
up.
Do we want to jump in, or for editing purposes, do we want to take a quick break?
I mean, I'm
you ready to jump?
I'm good if you're ready.
Oh, dude, I'm fucking ready to jump.
Because you know why?
We're playing football in the rain, guys.
Because
That's why.
we're never gonna back down, David.
I might. I told you that. I made that very clear.
Yes, you did.
All right. If the going gets tough, I will back the fuck down.
Which is actually what's so crazy about this fucking film, which we'll get into. But
So guys, we're playing football in the rain, and the main guy who we come to know him, his name's Jake. I call him either main guy or Jake.
He
throughout.
Exactly like Tom Cruise.
I don't think he does. You kind of just casually threw that out there, and I don't.
I think he does 100%. To the point to where I am convinced that this actor literally practices in his spare time to do all the mannerisms and certain expressions and stuff like Tom Cruise. Like I really think he's like, if I kind of look like him, if I can act like him, I'm going to be successful like him.
I mean, that would be a good career path.
No, I'm not even hating on
for
it.
sure.
I'm just saying it kept coming off to me. I'm like, that's fucking Tom Cruise. Like he would do all these things with his lower portion of his mouth where he talks from his lower part of his jaw and all of his facial expressions. Like every time he reacts, it's usually from his like bottom lip and his like his chin and shit. And
did you read up on him on IMDb?
no.
He had a stroke when he was in high school, and the upper part of his mouth doesn't work too well.
Well, good. It worked out for him.
He has partial facial paralysis.
Then it helps him
Yeah,
act like Tom Cruise.
Well, I mean, he's overcome so much
yeah.
to star in a major blockbuster motion picture.
Yeah. He even apparently trained for 4 months, 6 hours a day, 6 days a week to prepare for this role, gaining 10 to 15 pounds of muscle through running, weightlifting, and martial arts.
Look at that.
Dude.
If that's not commitment to a role, I don't know what the fuck is.
Oh, you want to know commitment?
People want to be like, oh, Christian Bale lost all this weight to do that one movie. Who gives a fuck? This guy gained 10 to 15 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, and I don't even know really what this means, but during filming, he also broke his L3 spinous transverse process when Jimon Honsu body slammed him. Look
There
at
we
that.
go. Look at that. He
Yeah.
broke it.
Broke it.
Fucking broke it. Guys,
Which
so
means he should be paralyzed, probably.
So, guys, we're still playing football in the rain.
Yeah.
And the main guy, he's having a fucking field day out there. He plays linebacker, and he is just tackling everything that moves.
Oh, man.
Nonstop. He's fucking everybody up. He's reading the plays perfectly.
Yeah.
He's quarterbacking the defense and just making plays in the backfield.
He's got so
It's
much
a sight
heart.
to be seen. And then, like, he tackles the running back on one play and there's some shoving and stuff. He's like, yeah, keep talking. Doesn't change the score, baby. The main guy's saying, 'cause they're dominating. And then the guy goes, yeah, it's just too bad about your dad. The sauce, that shit'll kill you. And then the main guy just starts fucking that dude up.
What did you say?
And fucking up everybody who was on that football field. He is just throwing lefts, throwing rights. And what I love about it is it's a high school football game.
Yeah.
The guy up in the high school press box is commentating on the fight.
Yeah.
That's amazing. 'Cause that wouldn't happen. It's like
No.
a teacher who's up there who would be like, oh, I got to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, strong right by Jake Tyler. Like,
this guy thinks, okay,
he freezes him with that right.
I'm going to capitalize on this moment, and then before you know it, Showtime Boxing, they're going to hit me up being like, we really liked.
And, who's to say they didn't? I like to live in a world where they did. They heard that, and they're like, this is our guy.
Sounded entertaining to me.
Yeah,
a little bit better than some of the other Showtime Boxing announcers.
100%. He's the new guy.
I said it.
Well, they hired him.
Yeah, and now it's
off
good.
of this movie.
Yeah.
So we're now in the locker room, and he's having a sad moment with his BFF where Jake, the main guy, he's moving to Orlando, he says.
Yeah.
And his buddy's like, I'm never going to come visit you. And he's like, all right, man. He's like, maybe I'll go to Daytona for spring break and you can come see me. Because I'm not going to fucking Disney World like an 8-year-old. You're like, this guy's kind of a dick. And then he starts walking away and then turns around and goes, who's going to keep you out of trouble, man? And then the main guy says, who's going to get you into it?
And then they kiss.
They don't, but they should have. Would have made for a better movie.
Yeah.
He's coming home, and it's his mom and his brother. And his brother, he's like, what's going on, guys? And his brother says, evening feed. Not eating dinner. Just grabbing a little dinner. Evening feed. And him and his mom are just so tense. Mom's like, your coach called me. You getting into fights again, Jake? Is that what you're fucking doing? We're not doing this in Orlando, Jake. He goes, I'm not going to play football in Orlando then, Mom. She's like, I got to go to work. You need to help your fucking brother pack. And then you pack the garage in the morning, then we leave. The little brother's like, I can pack on my own. She's like, he will help you pack. Then we're leaving. You're like, what the fuck is going on in this family?
Woo.
We're now in the morning, and they're packing, and the fucking loser little brother, he's in the garage, and he's looking at birds up in the eye, and he goes, he says the type of bird, and he goes, flying in a V formation is 72% more flying range than a normal straight line formation, because he's a fucking loser.
Yeah, what's kind of interesting, but I'm like, that kid is a psycho.
He's a fucking loser.
He's got it so memorized.
He then said the number of miles between where they live and Orlando.
Yeah, like it wasn't just that. It was a lot of things where it's like, he's either a super genius or a fucking psycho.
Nah, he's got a freezer full of bodies at home.
Yeah,
he was like 7,642.1659. He's like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, the number of miles between here and Orlando. He's like, all right, buddy. Hey, just remember, I was a really nice brother, and you always loved me.
Yeah.
So when you go nuts and start killing people, you won't hurt me.
Yeah, he grows up to become fucking Lex Luthor.
Yeah. But we learned they're going to Orlando because the little brother got into some tennis school. And the main guy's like, man, you better go to Wimbledon. He's like, go to it? Shit, I'm going to win that. He's like, yeah, you are. And then the little brother knocks over a bag full of their dead dad's clothes. And the main guy's like, I'll take it. And then he tapes it up and writes on it, useless junk. And then throws it in the back of the moving truck.
Yeah. Look at that. Right. That dynamic's fun, right?
Yeah, what a fun family this is. Like,
I'm getting pumped.
So they're driving down, and we see Islands of Adventure and some other Orlando sites.
They're building a new park, and it's going to be bigger than fucking Epcot. It's going to be crazy.
You going to go?
Fuck yeah!
When's the last time you went to a theme park?
I think it was 6 or 7 years ago.
Okay. I honestly think the last time for me was in 8th grade. We went to Islands of Adventure.
Dude.
Yeah.
Missing out.
I live 2 hours away from that shit. I haven't gone in, how old am I? 29. I haven't gone in 15 years.
Yeah, you're missing out.
I've lived more years without going to those places.
Yeah.
Than I have going to those places.
Yeah.
Ain't that some shit?
Go get some fresh air. You know, go mingle.
That's where you go for fresh air?
That's what
mingle? Just walk up to families, be like, hey, you guys enjoying the park?
I've never seen more foreigners.
Excuse me, ma'am. Are you and your family enjoying the park?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah. It's probably meet some cool people.
When they open up the U-Haul, main guy looks at his little brother and he's like, we can just close it, drive on back, nothing but open road between here and Iowa. And the little brother goes, what about Mom? He's like, yeah, she wouldn't miss us. And he goes, she'd miss me. He's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
He's at his high school, and it's insane.
Yeah.
Immediately, everyone's just like shoulder checking them as they walk through. And it's not like, it doesn't seem like a rough high school. It seems like big. It's a public high school.
Yeah, but
it seems like a rich kid public high school. And I'm just like shoulder checking them and just crazy aggressive.
Yeah.
So that's lunchtime, and he eats by himself in the football bleachers because he's a fucking loser. And then when he's leaving, he sees, like, over under the bleachers, there's a kid getting the shit kicked out of him. It's the two kids fighting. It's a white kid and it's American Horror Story kid. And they're fighting, or a black kid and American Horror Story kid. And the black kid is, like, throwing, like, crazy kicks and stuff. Clearly, the black kid is way more well-versed in fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Main guy runs over, breaks it up, and hits somebody.
It's crazy how much smaller and younger that guy is from American History X. Or whatever.
American Horror Story.
American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Dude, he's, like, fucking double the height now. I mean, he's, like, fucking 5'8" in this, and he's, like, 6'2".
He's 11.
Huh?
The guy, is that real? The guy in American Horror Story?
I don't know exactly how tall he is, but he's definitely much taller now than he was in this
Google
film.
him, please.
Gotcha.
Because that sounds crazy. I don't think he's like a giant.
No, but let's see.
And he was a little boy. Yeah,
Yep.
I don't think his height will be on here. What? You'll probably have to Google his name and height.
Yeah. Evan Peters.
Height.
5'11".
5'11". What a giant this guy is.
Yeah, he's a fucking giant.
He went from being 5'8" in high school to 5'11".
I mean, 6 foot with shoes, David. Come on.
Yeah, you fucking psycho. You're like, I can't believe how he grew. He's like a grown man now. It's crazy. It's like you're
double the height.
It's like you're his grandpa. You're like, he must have grown a foot since the last time I saw him. He's so big now.
He's just like a completely different stature all around. It's just
Christ.
like thinned out. He just looks like he looks completely different. All right, go look at this guy in the film.
He's just an adult.
And then
Today, this movie was 15 years ago.
Yeah, but he looks completely different.
God,
if you were to compare it.
15 years ago, dude? Were you fat 15 years ago?
Dude, I got pictures on my fridge, bro. I look the exact same.
Did you? How long ago were you fat?
Dude.
And don't tell me you were never fat.
When I was fat, last time I was fat, I was probably like 10 or 11 years old.
Okay. Yes, 18 years ago. A little longer than that.
No, I'm saying, though, like, he's in high school, so like a 16-year-old.
Yeah,
I got a 16-year-old picture of me.
He's just an adult.
Yeah.
Just a motherfucking adult.
Some people, blossom later.
So American Horror Story, like, he goes in and breaks it up, and they're like, whoa, get the fuck out of here, main guy. He's like, he's fine. He's cool, right? He's like, yeah, I got this. Whoa, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, what the fuck is happening?
This is crazy.
And then we see the ringleader, and he's like, hey, I think he's good.
Yeah.
And he walks away, and the ringleader is fucking Volchuk. You familiar with Volchuk?
No.
No, Kevin Volchuk from the OC?
No.
Oh, dude, so the OC. You're familiar with the OC?
No.
All right. So there's this young troubled youth, him and his brother, this Ryan Atwood. Him and his brother Trey, they steal a car in the opening scene of the series.
Nice.
And they get caught. It's him and his older brother. And he's like, come on, if I don't teach you this, who will? So they steal a car and drive off. And then they both get arrested. But Ryan's a minor, and Trey had like a gun and drugs on him. So Sandy Cohen is Ryan's public defender. Mm-hmm. And he's like, you're a good kid. I'm going to get you off on this. And he does, and then brings him to a payphone. He's like, why don't you go ahead, call someone, see where you can stay. Oh, no, because So Ryan goes home, and his mom's boyfriend just beats the fucking shit out of him. Like, immediately. That's AJ.
Good.
AJ beats the shit out of him.
That's healthy.
So Ryan goes, and he's using payphones, trying to find a place to stay.
Uh-huh.
No one's answering, so he calls Sandy Cohen. And Sandy Cohen's like, sure, why don't you come stay with me? Well, just for a couple nights, and we'll figure something out. So he comes and stays in Sandy's pool house in Orange County.
Who doesn't want to stay with Sandy?
Hey, I need you to shut the fuck up while I do this, all right? He sits in, it's a beautiful house and a pool house where Ryan's staying, and he stays there. And eventually, like, his mom comes. She's like, yeah, you're going to come back and live with me, but let me know the Coens and all of that. And she gets hammered at casino night, embarrasses Ryan. Then she's like, you guys will do better for my son than me, so I'm just going to leave. And that's what she does. And then they adopt Ryan. But he befriends Seth, their loser son, and it's a really good thing because he helps Seth out. But he also meets their neighbor, Marissa. And Marissa, that's the love story right there. Marissa loses her virginity to Luke after she meets Ryan. Her and Luke have been dating since they were little kids. Like, it's a thing.
Yeah.
They've been together forever. But, like, she was, like, over Luke. Luke's being an asshole. And she's fallen for this tough kid because he's from Chino.
Yeah.
You see, he's a hardened kid from Chino, and now he's living in the OC. They don't got people like that in the OC.
No.
So she's like, I'm into this kid. But Ryan, he does something where he's, like, not interested and, like, mean to her. And then she goes and she fucks Luke. And then Ryan, like, sees her because they're neighbors. They're fucking neighbors now. He, like, sees her out in the front, and he's like, hey. And she just looks at me and goes, you're too late. And then she goes inside. Wild. But so, like, eventually they end up together. They're fucking. She, like, ODs in Tijuana, and he saves her. Then they end up together. And kind of through the series, they're dating. And so then Trey comes back in the picture down the road. And Trey's still up to his old tricks.
Always does.
He's stealing, wheeling, and dealing. He's doing his thing. He's staying at some motel, and I forget what he does. He might have, like, tried to rape Marissa or something. Or maybe he succeeded at raping Marissa. It was something crazy. He did something real bad.
Yeah.
And Ryan goes, and he's like, I'm going to fucking beat the shit out of Trey, but you're going to come with me and watch Marissa for some reason. So they go to the motel where Trey's at, and Ryan starts fighting him, but Ryan's 17 years old. Trey's like 25, and he's got like 30 pounds on Ryan. Like, he's fucking Ryan up.
Yeah.
Bad. Marissa's screaming, no, you're killing him. Stop it. Stop it. And then she shoots Trey in the fucking back. And you might have seen the scene. She shoots him, and then it's on Fox. As soon as she shoots him, like, it goes, boom. And as soon as it happens, the song, ooh, what you say? Ooh, that you only meant well, that's 'cause you did, starts playing. You're like, all right, this is a really intense scene that you just turned silly, Fox. But because Marissa shot him, Marissa gets kicked out of the fucking school because there's this new dean, and the dean's fucking this girl, Taylor Townsend, and no one knows about it, but he's fucking a student. And this student's like, I don't want Marissa's the queen bee here. I want to bring Marissa down a peg. I want to be the queen bee. And, like, so she's like, we don't feel safe with Marissa here. We got to get Marissa out. So he gets Marissa out. Marissa's out. She starts going to Pacific High School. And Pacific, that's, like, the local public school. They were at Harbor, which was, like, the ritzy-ditzy, like, super expensive, fancy school. And good on the Coens for sending Ryan there.
Yeah.
They could be like, Ryan, you'll just get an education, all right? You're not going to the fancy-dancy high school. No, they said, fuck it, we'll spend $80,000 a year to send you this crazy school that our kid goes to. So they do that, and Marissa's at Pacific, and while she's at Pacific, she meets Johnny, and Johnny's girlfriend and some dude, and they strike up a friendship because there's some girl that wanted to, like, fuck Marissa up, and, like, they had her back. They're like, hey, she's the new girl. You don't got to be so mean. And so they had her back. And then, like, she's now with public school kids and doing public school shit. Oh. But these are the good group.
Yeah.
But Johnny and his girlfriend, they break up somehow. Something happens. I'm not really sure. And then Volchuk starts fucking Johnny's girlfriend. He doesn't go to the school. Volchuk's like 19 years old. Like, he's out of high school.
Yeah.
Or he dropped out of high school. One of the two. He's like a beach surfer dude. They make it seem like he's poor and he has no money, but he has this fucking sick, like, huge, like, open space apartment, like a big, like a studio, but it's huge.
Let me guess, right on the water.
And it's like a block away from the beach. Oh. And you're like, fuck you. Like, this is a $4,000 a month apartment.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. There's no way this poor, like, loser dude's living there, but whatever. He does, and, like, Johnny's like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of Volchek, and Johnny's friends are like, he can't beat the shit out of Volchek. He's so much bigger than you. He'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
He's Kevin Volchek.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna do it. And then he goes and, like, tries to confront Volchek, and Volchek, like, knocks him down. He's gonna beat him up, and then Ryan jumps in, and it's like a thing, and then they cooler heads prevail at that point in time. But you can tell that guy's no good. That guy is no good. So Johnny, he's since broken up with his girlfriend. Him and his girlfriend might have broke up because his girlfriend was like, I think you have feelings for Marissa.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think I might too. And so Johnny's like, he's fully in love with her, but Ryan and Marissa are together.
Oh, fuck.
That's the thing.
It's a love triangle.
Ryan and Marissa are together. So Johnny, what he does, he writes this letter, you see. He writes a love letter to Marissa and gives it to her.
That's the way to do it.
Or no, that's not what happens. No, scratch that. He just tells Marissa how he feels.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, you don't even have to say anything right now. I don't want to put you on the spot. Just let me know. And then she gives him a letter that's like, hey, I love Ryan. All right, I value our friendship, but I love Ryan. So while all this was going on, Marissa's little sister had gone away to boarding school.
Don't tell me.
And then she's back now. She's like 15, but she's like a hot, slutty 15. Like, you're like, man, I hope she's 18. Well, I mean, I was like fucking 12 when the show was out. So actually, that doesn't matter. She could have been 15, and it doesn't matter. So, but like, she's back, and then Johnny comes by, and he's like, hey, like, rings the doorbell at the house, and Caitlin answers the door. And she's like, oh, Marissa's not here. And he's like, I came for you. And she's like, oh, what do you want to do? He's like, I'm thinking we do a bonfire on the beach and get some tequila. And she's like, I know where my mom keeps her stash. And she goes and gets the tequila, and then they're at the beach. Johnny's getting hammered. Johnny's getting fucking hammered on the beach at the bonfire. And Caitlin's like, hey, take it easy. And he's like, yeah, you don't know shit. All right? I'm not taking it easy. So he's getting hammered, and it's California beach. So there's like cliffs on the beach.
Nice.
And Johnny's up on like the edge of the cliff, just hammered and screaming, and Marissa shows up. Or Caitlin calls Marissa, and she's like, Johnny's being crazy, we need help. So Ryan and Marissa go there, and he's like, Marissa's down there, and Ryan's like up on the cliff with him, like, hey man, why don't you come down? And he's like, oh shit, hey, Marissa! Hey, Ryan's here! Oh, you happy Ryan's here? He's like, hey dude, and everyone's like, Johnny, stop it, you're being crazy. He's like, no, 'cause here's what's gonna happen. Mr. fucking Knight in Shining Armor here, he's going to grab me at the last second, and I'm not going to get hurt at all. And then Johnny loses his balance and falls, and Ryan dives to get him, but he fucking misses. He misses. So Johnny falls to his death in front of Marissa and Caitlin, and then it's like, oh shit, this ain't good. And then so there's funerals and stuff for Johnny. Everyone's shook. You know, it's a young kid with so much promise.
Yeah.
And just He made a stupid decision, and it cost him his life, you know?
Yeah.
It's a tale as old as time. And right after the funeral, like, Marissa's leaving. Marissa might be like, hey, Ryan, I need some space, all right? That dude was in love with me, and because I chose you, he's dead, so it's your fault, Ryan. Like, she didn't say those words, but it's something along those lines. And then she's, like, in the parking lot near the beach, and who's there? Kevin fucking Volchek. And he's like, hey, you know, like, you ever have, like, those kids who are growing up where your parents are like, oh, man, why can't you be more like Timmy or Susie or this person? Well, that was Johnny for me and my parents. You know, he's just, you know, we never got along, but he's a good fucking kid, and he didn't deserve to have this happen. She's like, yeah, I don't really want to talk to you. He's like, yeah, well, hey, I'm around, you know, if you ever want to hang out. And boy, does she.
I knew it.
She wants to rebel. She wants to be bad. She goes to the beach. She does cocaine with Kevin Volchek because he's like, oh, so they start dating. And then, yeah. So they start dating. And then Ryan goes to Kevin Volchek and he's like, hey, she deserves to be treated well, all right? He's like, oh, what are you going to come here tell me to stay away from your girl or anything like that? Ryan's got some other chick that he's fucking with at this point.
Yeah.
Some weirdly older brunette chick who has an apartment there, but she still goes to prom with all of them.
Nice.
At one point, he's like going and helping her do repairs in the apartment. I don't know how they met, but she's just a part of it. And so, like, they fucking... So Ryan's like with that girl, and then he goes and's like, hey... Oh, because he hears Volchek's friends talking about all the scratches that Marissa's leaving on his back when they're at this diner. Sick diner right on the water on the pier. It's sick. And so he's like, goes and talks to them. He's like, I need you to tell me where Volchek is now. And they tell him.
That's a scare tactic.
And then he goes, scare tactic. And then he goes, and Volchek's like, oh, is this where you tell me to leave her alone? You're going to fucking kill me? He's like, nah, she can date whoever she wants. You guys are free to do that. She's a good person, and you should treat her well. Then Volchek gets to thinking, man, maybe I should treat her well. So he starts trying to treat her well. And Marissa's like, hey, I wouldn't be with you if I wanted to be treated well. And he's like, darn, you want some cocaine? And they start doing cocaine on the beach. And they're sucking and fucking and doing a lot of stuff. Marissa's rebelling in general.
Nice. Fox is showing all
her
that.
Her best friend Summer, her dad marries Marissa's mom.
Oh, fuck.
Because their parents are divorced because Jimmy Cooper, dude, he's like a financial advisor. He he invests people's money for him.
Okay.
And then early in season 1, he loses everybody's money.
Yeah.
And they're at Cotillion. And this guy's like, hey, Jimmy's like, I want to talk. Like, I want to pull some of the money out. He's like, hey, it's like, now's not the time to talk about this. He's like, no, but like, it's just like, we talk in the office. We like transfer some of the money out. And he goes, I don't have the money. He's like, what do you mean you don't have the money? He's like, hey, man, like, here's the thing. Like, I don't have the money. It's gone. But let's say, look at our daughters. You know, it's beautiful here. And this guy's like, no. And he starts beating the shit out of Jimmy in front of everyone, screaming, you're a thief! You're a thief! Just going fucking nuts. And everyone's like, oh, no. They break it up. They got divorced because he lost everyone's money. And Jimmy Cooper's in and out of the picture and getting beat up. People are tossing Jimmy Cooper beatings left and right throughout this whole series. It's pretty wild. But so then Summer's dad is a plastic surgeon, and he marries Julie Cooper, Marissa's mom, and they're doing the whole thing, and Marissa's like, it's causing a rift between Marissa and Summer because Marissa's acting out in the house. She's rebelling against everybody.
I love a good
and her best friend's like, man, you would love it. She les out with some fucking really with some really hot actress who I can't think of at the moment.
Yeah,
but so like it's causing a rift there and all of that. But back to Volchek. So they're doing cocaine. They're sucking and fucking. They go to like prom, and Volchek doesn't know how to tie a tie. It's sad. He's like, he goes open collar. He's drinking at the prom.
Hey, that's the way to do it,
and
baby.
he's like, I forget. Oh, Ryan might beat the shit out of him. Ryan does. Ryan beats the shit out of him for some reason.
You need a Ryan who's beating the shit out of
And then
someone.
Volchek's like, hey, I'm going to press charges, and you're not going to get into college unless you help me steal this car. So
that's some crazy.
So he helps. So something happens at prom where Volchek and Marissa break up. They're done, and the chick Ryan's with is like, "Hey, I could tell you care so much more about that Marissa girl than me. Why don't I take off? Like, it's a sad, like, she's mature about it, but she's like, I don't want to be a part of this fucking high school drama shit you got going on here. I'm just gonna leave." And then so after prom, Volchek's like, hey, I'm going to press charges and you won't go to college unless you help me steal this $80,000 car.
Smooth.
So Ryan goes, and it's just like when he stole a car with Trey, except this time when they get there, Ryan's like, I'm not getting in. You're on your own. Like, he helps him get there and steal it. You're on your own. And then Volchek runs and fucking peels out and takes off and all of this. And he's gone. And then Volchek, like, he ditches the car, but he's on the loose. People are looking for him, and then he gets a hold of Ryan. He's like, you need to get me some cash, or I'm going to blow this whole thing up, right? He's like, I don't want to go to jail, but if I go to jail, it's not going to affect me nearly as much as it's going to affect you. Ryan's like, all right, I'll figure it out. I'll get you some cash. We'll do this. And then Marissa catches wind of it, and her mom, Marissa's not going to go to college. Marissa's going to go work on a boat with her scumbag dad, because why wouldn't she? And her mom gives her, like, a really nice necklace or something. And her mom says, like, when she's going on the boat, and she's like, hey, you can use it to pay off pirates or something. So Ryan's like, I don't know where I'm going to get this money. And Marissa's like, I'll sell the necklace. He's like, no, don't sell the necklace. She's like, my mom told me to use it to pay off pirates. He's like, okay, that's pretty funny. So she goes and pawns it, and then they get some money for him.
Well, because we learned.
And then Volchek is like, when Ryan pays her off, he's like, hey, why isn't Marissa here? And he's like, she's not coming. He's like, I mean, I figured that we needed to talk. I'm going to go away forever. We should finish this. And Ryan's like, yeah, it's not happening. Stay away. So then Volchek starts tailing them. And Volchek's hammered. And he's got some trashy chick in he's driving a big van. He's got some trashy chick in the van with him. And he's like he's hammered, and he's following them in their car. Ryan got a brand new car from his mom. His mom's back in the picture. Graduation gift. His mom gave him a brand new car. And he's like, get the fuck out of here. And it's like an SUV. It's cool.
Nice.
And they're driving. He's driving with Marissa, and Volchek's following them, and he's like getting real close and driving crazy. He's like, I'm going to get them to pull over so we can finally finish this, me and Marissa. And then he's just ramming them too much. Car flips bad. Volchek's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
This isn't good.
Ryan drags Marissa out, and the car explodes in the background, and Marissa dies in his arms. Kevin Volchek killed Marissa Cooper. And then at the start of the next season, Marissa's mom is like, tells Ryan, hey, I found out where Volchek is. I'm not going to the police. I want you to kill him. This is just crazy. And then Ryan's gonna do it, but Sandy then like finds him and like coordinates the whole thing. And Sandy Cohen's like, he's right in there. He has some cops out there. He's like, they don't know what's here. He's right inside. If you want to do it, do it. Then he goes in there and he just hits him, smashes a bottle and holds it up to his neck. At this point, Volchek, he's just like, I just want this to be over, man. I just want this to be over. And then Ryan puts the bottle down, lets the cops go in and arrest him. We never see Kevin Volchek again.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, guys, that's who the ringleader is of the whole fighting thing. And for editing purposes, we're going to take a quick break, guys. But don't go anywhere, because I'm going to talk about this movie and not the OC. And you guys won't want to miss that.
Oh, shit.
So stick around. And we're back. Hey, Derek Jeter. Fuck you, you fucking rat fuck.
Yeah. So, David, how many seasons was that?
The OC?
Yeah.
Maybe like 9 seasons. They went for a while.
Look at that. Summarize 9 seasons.
So I didn't really, because there were a couple seasons after Marissa died.
Yeah, well, fuck
where
Marissa.
real quick, that Taylor slut who was banging the dean.
I was thinking about the Taylor slut.
She ends up with Ryan. What? That's how the show ends up. They're together. Yeah, ain't that some shit?
And then Americans
ain't that some fucking shit?
And then Americans wonder why the divorce rate is so fucking high in this country.
This girl who was banging the dean and getting Ryan's girlfriend kicked out of school.
Yeah.
For saving his life.
And they love the show.
Yeah, it was a great show.
I mean, it's a good show.
Greatest show of all time.
It's
hands down greatest show of all time. Gave us Volchek.
There you go.
So,
David,
we're in English class.
Yeah.
And Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy is in that class. And the teacher, he's talked about something in history. I don't know, there was a question.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know. Like, she's just too cool to even engage. And the main guy, like, bails her out. He's like, it's Achilles. It's blah, blah, blah. Something about Achilles' shield. And then the teacher's like,
yeah,
nailed that shit.
Something about, like, what? Never backing down?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, Achilles said to never back down.
There you go.
So then he like bails her out, and then she's like, hey, nice save. And he's like, what's your name? Her name is fucking Baja, guys.
Baja Blast.
Yeah. She's like, my name's Baja Miller. He's like, fuck you, movie.
Not the Mountain Dew.
Why is that part of this?
Yeah.
Why is that a thing in this movie? Why you should give her a normal name? Hey, what's your name? I don't know, Rachel?
Guaranteed the screenwriter was like, I always wanted to fucking fuck a
want
Baja.
to fuck a girl named Baja.
Yeah. Baja.
Go.
Bah.
It was the screenwriter. It was one of his kids' friends. Was named Baja. And he was always really into her.
Yeah.
He's like, she seems like she'd be into the bad boys. I'm gonna write her into the script. So that's what he did.
Yeah.
The main guy, but he comments on, like, they have a fun, like, little flirty back and forth thing, and he comments on how her book looks pretty worn out.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, why? Yeah, like, because she was playing dumb in class.
She'd been flipping
and
through
he was
the
like,
pages.
your book looks pretty worn out. I feel like you knew the answer to that question he asked you in there.
You got some curled pages.
She said, maybe I bought it used. He said, I don't think you did. And then her friends walk up, and immediately, this girl says, nice shirt, Kurt Cobain. He's wearing a flannel shirt. Immediately, that is her meeting this person. Nice shirt, Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
And, like, they kind of just go back. Like, he says nothing. And then, like, they talk to Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy. It's a gay kid and this girl. And then she goes, all right, well, let's go. This lumberjack's boring me. Then they walk away, and the gay kid goes, not me. Then shoots him a wink.
Yeah.
They walked away.
That's nice.
I'd be like, fuck this entire school, man.
Yeah, this is where I want to be.
Yeah, like, fuck this place.
First day.
We're now on another crazy tense family dinner.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking crazy.
I mean, this is more intense than when, like, the Mel Gibson family from Signs was about to fucking have their last meal before they get eaten by aliens.
I don't remember that movie well enough to get that, but yes, this was more tense than that. And Mom is he's just shitting. They said something about numbers. I don't know. They said something. She's like, oh, you want to talk numbers? You want to talk fucking numbers?
Yeah.
4. Number of times Jake's got stitches. Like, talking to the little brother about the older brother.
Yeah.
Number of times Jake's got stitches. 2. Number of times Jake's been kicked out of school. 6. Number of times I've had to pick him up at the police station. He's like, oh, because he's talking about living out of boxes. He's an asshole, too. He's talking about living out of boxes, eating out of boxes. And then she says, tired of living out of boxes, Jake? Why don't you unpack? It's like, all right, shit. We're now at school, and American Horror Story comes up and befriends Jake, the main guy. And he, like, fist bumps him, and he's like, that clip of you fighting people on the football field back in Iowa is really making the rounds. And then he looks and sees people are talking about him. He's like, Jesus. He's like, yeah. That fight you saw over there, 100% sanctioned. Like, I don't think you know what sanctioned means. It
Yeah,
just means you two agreed to fight each other.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it was sanctioned.
Dude, it was like...
There's no athletic commission that's sanctioning these and drug testing and giving rules and making sure things are safe.
Yeah, it's either at a building that is like falling apart or there's like being
under
construction.
It was under the bleachers during lunch at school.
Oh, is that where it was?
Yeah.
Because I remember there was like a bunch of rubble around and shit.
Yeah, just like fucking like just debris and
That's
shit.
what I'm
like,
saying.
Yeah,
it's like
it's not a sanctioned fight.
Someone's going to get an infection.
He's like, you need to get in on this. I got a trainer. He could show you a few things. Then we get you back in there, get you in there fighting. He's like, oh, no, I'm good. He's like, I'm not interested in that at all.
I don't like how they made this character so enthusiastic, like for him to want to be friends with this guy just because he's knocked someone out. But fuck, bro, is it like I hate how much they're trying to make it seem like people love this shit, but it is kind of fucking true too. Like people in high school, bro.
American Horror Story sees something in Jake Tyler.
Yeah.
He's like, this guy could be one of the greats.
Yeah.
This guy could be, and if I'm in his inner circle, I'll go along with him.
That's a good point.
Be at the main events in Vegas.
Yeah.
I'll fucking be there.
I'll be with Dana
That's what
White.
American Horror Story is pushing for. But
Yeah.
he's not interested. So he's now walking off, and car pulls up, and it's the cunt girl and the gay guy. They go, you want to ride? He's like, no, I'm good. And then the back window rolls down. It's Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy. She's like, you sure?
Fucking
We can
sure.
crank up the AC, and you can put on that flannel. And then he comes over to talk to her, because he's like, all right, well, this is the hot girl I was talking to earlier, and she seems into me.
Yeah.
I talk to her, and she's like, there's a party tonight. You should go. He's like, you going to be there? And the gay guy goes, no. She's inviting you to a party she's not going to go to. Does that make any sense?
Would have been great if he was like, are you going to be there? And like pointed to the gay guy.
You're going to be there? Because I'm fucking good if you're going to be there. I'm not going to be there.
Or he is.
Or he's like, yeah, because that's
immediately
what
like,
I'm into.
Downplays
he's like,
fucking Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy.
So she's like, you should come. And he's like, well.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You going to be there, big guy?
yeah. Gives him a wink back.
And he's like, oh, I'll be there. He's like, all right.
Sweet.
All right.
Guess I'll see you all there.
She gives him directions, and he's like, all right, sick. This is going to be fun. I'm going to go party. I'm going to fuck this little hottie.
And he walks off, and he does this little smirk.
Yeah.
It's a Tom Cruise smirk.
He's excited because he's been a fucking ghost in these hallways. People are shoulder checking him.
Yeah.
You watched one kid beat the shit out of another kid, and then somehow was made to feel like he was the asshole for trying to stop it.
It's been a rough few months.
like this is not a fun life this guy has. And now this fucking hottie is like, you should come to a party I'm going to tonight. And he's like, fuck it, finally some shit's going old Jake's way.
A break.
Yeah. So he's quick at school, or quick at home. He's getting a change and printing out the directions and like the bus schedule. That's how he's getting there. It's
crazy.
a sad life this guy has. But we hear little bro and mom are talking about how he sucks at tennis now. The kids in Florida are so much better than he is.
And it's that Florida competition, baby.
Because he went from Iowa to Florida. Like, yeah, he went from Iowa at a normal school to Florida for a tennis academy.
Thought he was going to play at Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Couldn't survive Palm Beach, baby. What? Stay in the head.
Nobody survives Palm Beach.
No one.
So
don't let us find out you ate from around here.
He shows up.
We'll bust out the AKs.
Shows up at a nut's house. Crazy party going on. American Horror Story meets him at the door. It's way too big. Like, noise complaint would have happened immediately.
Yeah,
the size of this party.
I mean, dude, the fucking house party literally was probably bigger than that movie fucking X or something.
No. I don't know. That movie just was silly. The house was much bigger.
In this one.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of people throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude,
Project
it was,
X, they were like filling the streets and stuff. There must
have been
300
kids, at least 300 kids at this party.
Yeah, there was. You see the movie Project? They were counting like thousands.
Yeah, probably.
They were like, we're up to like 2,500.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That's not sustainable, guys. What did you think was going to happen?
The whole neighborhood.
So American Horror Story like meets him at the door. He's like, what's up? Shit. And he's like taking him through. There's these girls in a bathtub that's in the middle of the house, and they're making out. And then American Horror Story like starts videotaping it and like trying to direct it from behind the camera. And then they look and they're like, party's over, guys. And everyone's like, oh, fuck you, American Horror Story. They're throwing shit at him.
Gotta love some lesbos.
And then Jake gets introduced to Volchek. Volchek is weirdly, uncomfortably nice to him immediately. He's like, Hey, Kevin Volchek, man. Nice to meet you.
Tyler.
He's like, yeah, you're from Ohio, right?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
He's like, no, it's Iowa. He's like,
Iowa, yeah.
That's right. Dan Gable, one of the greatest Olympic wrestlers of all time from Iowa. And he's like, yeah, that's right. Like,
yeah.
getting excited, like being some friends. He's like, oh, you want a water? Oh, nice catch.
Yeah, he's
like just super like cartoonishly polite to him, where you're like, I hope this is a setup of some kind.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why does this guy exist?
They're either.
Oh, hey, nice catch. Wow.
Yeah.
And he's walking, just showing him the party. He's like, what's not to love? And it's, oh, look how crazy this party is.
You immediately think that they're going to be like the powered. It's either going to go one way. They're going to be the most powerful duo in any high school type of shit, or there's going to be this crazy clash.
Yeah, or he's about to murder him. Like, the party's a setup. He paid everyone to be there, and they want to lure him in the garage, and they're going to stab him to death.
Yeah, that's that 6.4.
Yeah, that's how you got it. So he's like, man, but like, party's whatever. The real action happens lakeside.
Yeah.
Then they go and they look, and they're, because the teenagers get the living shit out of me. Starts playing, and there's fucking MMA fights happening. Like people like in a circle with MMA gloves fighting each other down by the lake.
They're talking about,
and he goes, who's in charge? And Volchek looks at him and goes,
we are.
It's just so silly.
And fucking what the main dude is like, cool.
He's like, you can tell he's like,
sweet,
it's nuts. Yeah, like he's not interested in it.
No, I thought he kind of was. I thought he was I could be in charge. I could be with you. In charge.
Weird? You and me?
I've never been in charge of anything. Yeah, like he's like, I get a little bit of that power.
But he's like leaning over a ledge, looking at it. He goes, "There's a little bit of everything. You got girl on girl. We see two girls fighting. He goes, little black on brown. There's a black guy and a Latino guy fighting. And he goes, my personal favorite, Battle of the Exes." And we see an ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend fighting, and the ex-boyfriend just
is on top,
full mount, just fucking battering her, and nobody's stopping.
Straight
She's
ground
screaming.
and pound.
She's saying, "Please stop, stop it!" Nobody's helping.
Yeah.
So now we see like everything gets slow, and like music sort of like fades out in the background, and we see Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy walking in, and Jake notices her, and he's like, "Oh shit, that's the girl.
I like her."
And then Volchek goes, all right, well, I think it's time. This, as the viewer, you're like, okay, finally, yeah. What? It's time for what? And then Jay goes, time for what? And he goes, the main event. Everyone starts going, yeah! Oh, wow! He's like, and that'll be me versus you. He's like, I don't want to fight you. I'm good, man. He goes, listen, if you want to beat, they botched the Ric Flair quote. Because to be the man, you got to beat the man. And I assume there's a trademark and they just couldn't use it.
Yeah.
And he said, if you want to be the best, you got to take out the best. And that's me.
He's like, I don't want to be the best.
What? The big guy's like, the fuck you talking? It's like, I don't want to be the best. What are you talking about?
Well, then why are you here?
That's so great. That's such a fucking... He's like, you don't want to be the best. Then why are you here?
And like, instead of being like, dude, there's 1,000 people at this fucking party.
I'd have been like, because I just moved across the country and got invited to a party at my new school, not to come fight somebody.
What the fuck?
Like, yeah. And instead, he just looks at Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy, and the Volchek goes, oh, and then walks over to her, grabs her face and starts making out with her. And he goes, this is awkward.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, this is a fucking weird high school. I don't understand any of what's going on here. I'm going to leave. You guys have a nice night. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. And he goes to walk away. And Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy, it's weird. Because she's like, Volchek. He's like, and goes and chases him. And his boy's like, where the fuck you think you're going, boy? Immediately, you're like, Jesus.
They're blocking him in.
He's like, come on. you know you want to fight me. We all know you want to fight me.
The kid is still
Get
trying
down
to
here and fight. And he's like, look, I saw you on the internet. One punch, and the dude turned to stone.
You
all
got
right?
skill.
All right? And he's like, you know what they say about the internet. Not everything's true. And then tries to leave, and he goes, not even that part about your dad? And then he stops, and he goes, man, I mean, wrapping his drunk ass around that tree. The only question is, what were you doing in the passenger seat? Talk about dropping the ball. And it starts to walk away, and he goes after him trying to get him, and Volchek's boys are pulling him back. Yeah. And he goes, I bet you want some gloves, don't you? He's like, yeah, get the gloves. Get the gloves. So they get the gloves, and
there's so many people surrounding them.
They're all going nuts.
It's a fucking Fight Club, just not with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, and like he lets a guy ref it, and he goes, all right, the fight ends with either knockout or the tap out. Touch gloves, obey my instructions, obey my commands at all time. Like just nonsense. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, fight. And then he goes at him, and Volchek so much better than him immediately.
Yeah.
He's just toying with him, like holding him down, and then it's so great. He's like fucking up, and then he hits someone's drink in the Volchek's face and starts hitting him, and the Volchek like gets away, and he goes, Iowa, that was a cheap one. You know that, but hey, you are good. You know, you got strong hands, good center of gravity, but that old school boxing shit, it just doesn't work anymore. You gotta mix it up. And then he throws a leg kick, and like he's like limping.
Yeah.
He's like, hurts, doesn't it? Yeah, probably can't put any weight on it.
Yeah.
And like starts hitting him. And he's holding him down, and he goes, all right, now it's for the end. And the worst part is, it's gotta end with you looking like a little bitch in front of everyone. And Jake's gotta just be like, why the fuck am I here right now?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Like, I got set up to come get my ass kicked by this monster.
He's getting gaslighted.
Yeah, I didn't want to fight.
And especially over his dead father into fighting. Like, dude.
He's like, they're making me fight him. And he like does like a crazy
I would turn
thing
it around and be like, fuck all of you.
Yeah, you are horrible people.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to this school anymore.
He like drops him, and then he starts getting up. He's getting up. He's getting up.
Yeah, I fucking hate that kid.
Yeah, and like he fucks him up some more, and then he gets up again, and he goes, hey, Volchek. He's got like blood dripping from his mouth. He goes, you ain't got shit. And then Volchek does a like running, jumping, spinning kick. Braden showed me a clip of him doing it on his phone. And the guy it's like a fun like slow motion blood spits, and then he goes down.
He got knocked the fuck out.
Dude, American Horror Story.
I mean, it's bad because American Horror Story is like dragging him back to his crib, and the entire time we're seeing it from his point of view, as if he's stumbling, like he can't
in and out
see
of
anything.
consciousness. He keeps falling.
That's bad.
Yeah,
like you got to go to the hospital if it's that bad.
This is he left during daylight to take a bus, and it's nighttime by the time he got to the house.
Yeah.
Like it's a long ride.
Yeah, for you to be that fucked up for that long, dude, it's way more than just a concussion. Like you are brain damage.
Yeah, instead, you just sleep it off. Sleep it off, and you're fine.
Yeah, those are those high school fights that the screenwriter knew about.
You see fights like that all the time.
Yeah.
So, whatever. In the morning, his brother wakes him up and sees his fucked up face, and his brother says, "What about the other guy?" And he says, "What about him?"
He's so defeated when he says it.
Does he look like this, or does he look worse than you? He goes, "Maybe before the fight," which. No, not before the fight.
No.
Kevin Volchek's a beautiful man.
Yeah.
He is. That's what makes him so unlikable. He's a good-looking dude. He's got the hot girlfriend, and he's just fucking him up.
He does like a lot of corny things to rub it in your face, like
yeah,
smile at you in a certain way.
He's such a fucking cock.
Yeah,
man, like fuck this guy.
Yeah,
so much.
I feel like we've all met this dude
Marissa.
Before.
He fucking killed Marissa.
Yeah, and he's also a black belt in Krav Maga, Which
In real life?
yeah,
Oh, it's sick.
which
Fucking Jewish karate, am I right?
dude. But that's basically what I was gonna say. A lot of people shit. I haven't done Krav Maga. I don't really know much about it, but
Jew karate.
a lot of people shit on it. They're
Yeah.
like, it's not realistic. Apparently, I don't know what they teach, but that's what I hear. It's not realistic.
Yeah, but I assume if you're a black belt in Krav Maga,
You're still
you
gonna
know
beat the-
something. Yeah,
you're gonna beat the fuck out of someone who doesn't know. But I'm
Yeah.
sure like a trained MMA fighter would be like, yeah,
Krav Maga.
Krav,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
I love a good Krav Maga.
So, Volchek, he's taking a victory lap. Ever been laid stolen boy? She does not like hearing about the new guy. Oh, she walked away like before the fight even started. She walked away. She seemingly set it up and then got the fuck out of there before it even started. Really weird. And then like at school, she hates hearing people talk about how he got his ass kicked.
Dude, if I'm the main kid, I'm pissed at everyone, bro.
Dude,
Especially American horror.
Dude, if I'm the main kid, I'm not going back to that school.
yeah,
I'm like, fuck all of these people.
yeah.
Every single one of them is a piece of shit.
I fucking hate how his best friend now is trying to make it seem as if he's like his best friend. It's like, dude, you fucking set me
I
up.
tried hard not to fight.
Yeah.
This guy had to start baiting me by mocking me and blaming me for the death of my dad.
And then when I'm knocked out and I'm getting back up on my feet, my fucking so-called friend is like, oh, he's getting yeah.
Like, no, like, yeah. And everyone knew I was going to get the shit kicked out of me by this guy.
And everyone's going to keep watching.
Everyone knew he could do that.
They're not going to stop the fight
Yeah.
after I've been knocked out 3 times.
Let it happen. Fucking insane.
So crazy.
So now we're...
And what if he died? what would happen if fucking ever been laid stolen boy? Like, would she get in trouble or is it just the kid?
She wouldn't have gotten in trouble. It would have just been the main
That's
guy.
fucked
Yeah,
up,
because
because-
there would have been no way to prove that she helped set it up.
And she was the
He would
main.
because he could have just been like, she fucking wanted me to fight him. She's like, no, I didn't. She's like, that's fucking crazy. I hate that he fights people. How about that?
I'm scared.
Yeah, like, this is fucking crazy.
I don't know what he's going to do.
He started mocking him because his dad's dead, and then he beat the shit out of him. It was fucking insane, you guys.
Oh my
I don't want to be a part of any of this. I left.
Florida's crazy, bro.
Yeah, fucking Florida. So now he's eating microwave pizza, and here's my issue. This is the next day. His face has healed way too much. He's just got like a black eye and like a little cut.
Yeah.
And you're like, come on.
No.
This was yesterday. His face was swollen shut last night.
Literally.
And now he's just like, it's just a little fucked up. Yeah, like his face looks like it happened a month ago.
Yeah.
at this point.
It's that teenage fever.
Yeah, it is. American Horror Story does a pop in and he jokes. He knocks at his bedroom door. He's like, it's American Horror Story. And he doesn't say anything. He goes, and ever been laid stolen boy. And then he goes and opens the door. And he's like, ha ha, you horny little fucker. He goes in and he's like, dude, yeah, he fucked you up real good, huh? Isn't
Bro,
that
I
nuts?
fucking hate this
He's like,
kid.
but hey, don't feel bad. Volchek's dad's like a total psycho.
Gaslighting again, bro.
Don't feel bad. Volchek's dad is like a total psycho. As if he was going to be like, oh, all right.
Yeah, like that's excusable then. Yeah.
Here's the thing. We meet Psycho Dad, and he does not disappoint.
No, he doesn't.
Psycho Dad is what I would have hoped Psycho Dad would have been.
I'm disappointed we didn't get more of him.
But he's like, all right, here's a video. You should watch some mixed martial arts, and you should come train so we can get you ready for the next time you're going to fight him. And he's like, I'm not fighting anyone, dude. Dude, I don't want to fight anybody.
Yeah.
All right? Quit making me fight people.
Yeah.
That's one of these like, well, why don't you hide under the bed, you fucking pussy?
Bro.
Yeah. He's like, I bet it's real safe under your bed. And he's like, I bet it is, man. I don't even fucking know you. Get the hell out of my house.
Dude, he legitimately gets pissed off and storms out the kid's house who he just manipulated into getting his ass fucking whooped. And it's not even been 12 hours, bro, since you dropped him off and he couldn't walk.
Fucking insane. And he videotaped the whole thing,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah.
Videotaped the whole thing.
To expose him
Yeah.
online. Because everyone's got the video. Everyone's seen it, apparently.
So, but he just shows up.
Yeah.
He shows up at the club. And the Blood Diamond
Yeah.
is the head trainer.
So, yeah.
He wants to work out with Blood Diamond. And Blood Diamond looks at him and goes, people who show up for the wrong reasons never last, because his face is all fucked up. He goes, I walked into a door. This must have been a pretty big door. He's like, yeah. All right, so when do I start? He's like, there's a beginner's class tomorrow morning with Max. He can tell you when. He's like, no, I'm not a beginner. I want to be in this class. He goes, this is my expert level class. Like, yeah, it's fine. I want to do this. Trust me, please. Please trust me. I should be in the advanced class.
I wish they
he's
quit
like,
cut.
He's like, all right. And then just blows his whistle. He goes, I'm a fast learner. I should be here. He goes, all right. Everyone, circuit 1. Go. I'd be pissed if I was in that class. Because they were like doing like real like shit on the ground. Now they're doing like fucking...
It's circuit training.
Yeah, high intensity circuit training.
And
where it's like, all right, just go bench press for a full minute, climb the rope, do box jumps for a full minute, like do kettle things, do squats for a full minute. Like there's like 8 stations.
It's a circuit and interval training, and it's honestly, dude.
This guy shows up and says, I belong in the advanced class, so now we have to do this nonsense?
Yeah.
I was doing jiu-jitsu a second ago. I came here to learn jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
Exactly, bro. Like, it was, and I don't know if they just didn't know what the fuck they were showing. Like the actors were showing that it was hard, right? Don't get me wrong. But, dude, one of the kettlebells they were swinging was, like, legitimately, like, 5 pounds. Like, I'm not even trying to be, like, mean or anything. Like, it was almost ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, dude, you saw it in the shot. Someone should have been like, just for one shot, just give him the 20-pound one.
Just put a heavy one in there. Yeah, they're not really doing it the whole thing.
That's what I'm saying.
They just gotta do it once.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
They just gotta do it once. And hey, the only person who's doing this who is an actor, everyone else could be a real mixed martial artist. They don't do any acting.
Yeah,
all they do is work out.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only person who like might struggle is fucking Jake.
Yeah,
and let's just get him good at doing kettlebells.
Yeah.
So for this one scene. Instead, they were like, let's put the small kettlebell out there.
Well, see, David, it was because he was too tired from all the training he was doing outside of filming.
So he's like, give me the light one. Fuck you guys.
6 hours a day.
6 days a week for 4 months.
Fuck that kid.
He gained 15 to 20 pounds.
I'm so over these fucking actors.
So he climbed a rope in there, and that's when Blood Diamond goes, never give up. Never quit. Never back down. And then he climbs up to the top of it. And then he's like, all right, that was the warm-up. He's like, that was a warm-up? He's like, everybody pair up, go for the submission, doing a spar, and then he pairs him with the dude. He's like, you kidding me? I'm 20 pounds heavier than this guy. He goes, then go easy on him. And they go, and the guy quickly gets him in an arm bar. He taps out, then quickly gets him in a rear naked choke. And then he doesn't taps out. He lets him choke him out. And then he wakes him up, and Blood Diamond goes, you got heart.
See,
tomorrow, 6.
Yeah.
Don't be late. He's like, all right. He goes, and hey, no fighting outside the gym. That's the one rule.
And he's like hesitant.
He goes, okay.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, no matter what, no matter how big the door, no fighting outside the gym. He's like, okay.
Like,
American Horror Story's pumped.
Double down on it.
American Horror Story's pumped. Gives him a ride home in his nuts car.
Nice
they're just
Mustang.
showing how everyone else is rich and this poor piece of shit isn't.
Yeah, they're like in his crib, and it's like a really like high end shot.
This is later. In
the
crib.
Yeah, okay,
yeah. I have that down there. He's a fucking douchebag in that scene. Yeah. Ever Been Laid, Stolen Boy does a pop by too. I don't know how everyone knows where this asshole lives. I guess, yeah. American Horror Story brought him home. He could have told Ever Been Laid, Stolen Boy. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine. But she shows up, and little brother answers, and he's like, whoa.
I'm going to masturbate about you
And,
later.
yeah, he's like, yeah, my God. And Jake shows up, and he's like, hey, give us a minute. And little brother's like, sure. Just starts walking through, and she's like, I just wanted to say sorry. Little brother goes, whatever she did,
Dude,
accept it.
This kid
Little brother's not wrong.
He's not wrong, right? Like,
whatever she did, accept it.
I agree. But
you are new to this town from fucking Iowa. Nobody has been nice to you.
Yeah.
This hot girl wants to apologize, and there's a chance. You just say, yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if you don't mean it, you say, yeah, we're good.
Say anything you need.
Yeah, to get in there. And she's like, he's like, you're fucking sorry. You set me up to get my ass kicked by your boyfriend in front of half the school.
And she's like, I just thought that you guys were going to spar.
No, that's later. That's later. She
fuck,
says it to
fuck,
him. Yeah.
fuck.
She's like, I didn't know it would go that way. I said I'm sorry. You're like, what? fuck you.
What is with the gaslighting, bro?
I didn't know it would go that way. I said I'm sorry. And he's like, whatever. And she's like, you wanted that fight too. You just didn't want to lose it. He's like, no, I didn't.
I tried to leave 20 fucking times.
I didn't want the fight. And she's like, look, I had to move around a lot because my dad died. You know, I used to live in the San Fernando Valley, and me and my friend fucked a stolen boy in the pool, and that stolen boy got murdered later that night. And then we moved here, and I had nothing and no one, and then Volchek took me in. All right. I felt like I've been on top of the world ever since. It's a fucking crazy speech she does to her. He's like, I felt fucking untouchable ever since that guy started begging me. And he's like, I don't understand why you're telling me any of this shit. Leave my fucking house. And then she goes, I guess that's my cue to leave then. And she leaves. Guys, this movie's so fucking bad.
And that's why it's so good.
6.4 from this psycho.
Dude, that's why I gave it a 6.4. I was
Jesus
like,
Christ.
that got an emotional reaction out of me. Most movies don't even get that. I don't even get that most times. I'm like, all right, fuck that. I was like, fuck Amber Heard. I fucking hate
Ever been
her.
late stolen boy.
Yeah, I fucking hate her.
So next day, he's an hour early to the gym.
I'm like really emotional about it.
Blood Diamond's like, whoa, you're an hour early. He's like, yeah, I thought I'd do some of my own shit till then. He's like, all right, that's fine. And he goes in and he hands him money.
He must have been lying too, because he's just trying to fucking, I don't know, like check out the dude's living situation.
No, so he went in. He went in and paid him. And you go into the office. Like, here's for the first 2 months. He's like, okay, you sure? It's like, I've never been more sure of anything in my life. I'm not joking. That's what he fucking says. I've never been more sure of anything in my life.
I'm ready to kill someone.
But I'm just like, all right, man. And then he looks, and here's the thing. Blood Diamond clearly lives there. There is no questioning whether or not he lives in the gym. And he goes, so do you...
Oh, really quick.
So, like, do you... There's, like, a cot, and, like, all of his, like, toiletries and shit. Like, he clearly lives there.
There's a Chinese door. I used to have that for my fucking door. Bro, for fucking, like, 10 years, bro. I had, like, girlfriends that would, like, live with me, and we'd be getting in bed. I'd be like, all right.
Let's close the door. Close the Chinese door. Ma, don't worry about it.
I swear to God, bro.
Ma, stay in your room.
I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. I only got the Chinese door. I swear to God. But he closes the Chinese door.
So he closes it because main guy goes, so do you... Like, as if it's crazy that he's asking. He goes, so do you, like, live here? And he just closes the Chinese door and says, didn't you come... He's like, didn't you come here to work out? It's fucking insane. He's like...
Everyone's just gaslighting each other, bro. It's fucking crazy.
So you don't, like, live here, do you? It's crazy.
And what's crazy is everyone backs down to the gaslighting. It's every interaction is someone gaslighting someone else, and then the other person's like, all right. And then they just back down.
You, like live here, man? This is nuts. And then he goes, he's like, aren't you going to go work out? He's like, yeah,
get
sure.
the fuck out of my room.
He's just hitting the heavy bag and, like, angry hitting it. And then he comes out and he goes,
through the blinds.
Comes out and he goes, breathe. He's like, I'm going to do my own thing until class. he's like, you need to breathe between strikes. You're going to get yourself winded and gassed out. So he's like, fucking. He's just being a fucking cunt to him immediately. He goes, I want 3 punches and a kick.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You show up to the MMA gym early.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to do my own thing. And you go hit the heavy bag. And the teacher, who you're paying a lot of money to train you, comes over and is like, here, you're going to get one-on-one training with me right now. Because you're the only one here. And he's just like, hey, man, leave me alone. I don't need this shit. I don't need your fucking patronizing coaching bullshit. Get the fuck out of here.
It's fucking insane, too, because, like, I'm trying to view this at this point in the movie as if like, okay, he's still a new student, but bro, this man doesn't really know how to throw a punch. Like he's throwing like a muscle punch. He's muscling it, right? He's not like throwing it through his body. He doesn't have any coordination or like center of gravity, like how the fucking one
good
dude
center of gravity.
No, he's leaning forward. The bag wasn't there. He's falling over his toes.
Looks nuts. He's telling him to breathe, and he's like, "You need to hit it. 3 punches, breathing, and kick it, and you're gonna lose to the bag." Blah blah blah. And he's like, "This bag weighs a fucking ton, man!" Like he's angry, screaming at him. And then Blood Diamond's like, "Take a step back," and he goes. And throws a kick, and the bag just flies across.
Yeah. Can I say one thing that not that it was terrible or anything, but it's just like anyone with like a trained eye for it could kind of see that he was so far back, like where he should have been able to connect. He was at the very end of his kick, if that makes sense.
That's how strong he is.
Yeah.
Right? That's why they were showing it.
He was showing the last 10%.
They were like, here's how strong he is.
Yeah.
Imagine if he connected fully. Yeah. Don't pick apart the MMA in this movie.
I know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Anyone with a trained eye, you fucking cunt.
This is never back down, baby. You gotta.
Braden, what do we get next?
What do we get next?
We get a montage.
Oh, a motherfucking montage.
We get a montage.
Motherfucking montage.
No, come on. You say one word.
Montage.
Even Rocky had a montage.
Montage.
We get a montage. We see fighting. He's getting better at fighting. His brother sucks at tennis.
Yep.
We see mom having a sad life that she hates. Ever been laid, stolen boy. We see her just kind of not feeling like she fits in. You know, she's kind of just in the background everywhere she is, and she doesn't like the person she's becoming at this school.
It's sad.
She's going through changes.
Yeah. But she's got to find someone to gaslight.
So now she's home, or she's home. A new guy, main guy, he's home, Jake. And he walks in. This is the most ridiculous scene in the movie, maybe. This might be the most ridiculous. Nah, there's too many ridiculous scenes.
There's a few.
She walks in, and the mom's there, and she's like, "Charlie sucks at tennis now. You should come watch." And he's kind of sad, and he's like, I don't know. Like he's trying to connect with his mom here. He goes, "That's kind of Dad's thing. Like, I don't know. Like, so it's Dad used to go to all the sporting events. I feel weird going."
Yeah, it probably reminds him.
I haven't processed my dad's death yet.
Yeah, exactly.
And she just goes, "Did you take $200 out of your bank account?" And he goes, "Yeah." "What for?" She's like, it's my money. Does it matter?" He goes, "What's in the bag, Jake?" And he's like, he's walking away. She goes, follows him. She's
For all the things that could be in the bag.
"Open the bag, Jake." And he opens the bag, and she's gloved. She's like, "This is not happening, all right? This is done. Are we clear?" And then the scene's over. Fucking wild.
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
I get he has a past with, like, fighting, but, for all the things that could have been in that bag.
Yeah. MMA gloves.
There could have been a human body in that bag.
Could have been a human body in that bag.
I mean, this guy
already killed his dad. He killed his dad. He's got a thirst for other blood.
There you go.
We now see Blood Diamond living in the gym and beating the shit out of a heavy bag for a while. In English class, they get broken up into groups.
This is such a ridiculous.
So of course, him and Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy get put in the same group with a third dude who's like overly nice, like kind of nerdy,
and like
excited,
also into her,
excited to do the writing project with him.
Yeah,
he's like, "All right, so what do you guys want to write about?" Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy says, "Pride."
There you go, baby.
What a shitty human being she is.
There you fucking
What
go.
do you guys want to write about? Pride.
That's a gaslight tactic, right? That's a scare tactic.
Scare tactic.
There you go.
Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
The main guy says betrayal.
Boom, bitch.
She says exoneration.
What a piece of fucking
He
shit.
says treachery. She says sequaciousness. He goes, "Fuck you. That's not even a word."
Yeah.
And then the new guy goes, "Yeah, it is. It means to go with the flow." And it's quite eloquently used, if I might add. And then main guy gets up and leaves. And Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy gets up and leaves. And that guy's just sitting there. I wish he would have looked at the teacher and been like, "Hey, do I still have to do it?"
Yeah.
They left. I don't want to do the whole project. Can there be a 4-person group?
Yeah. And I wish
Can I
he
jump
did
in there?
that.
Because fuck these two.
I wish he did that so the teacher then could then start to gaslight him because that's everything, you know.
He's like, why couldn't you keep your why couldn't you keep your group together?
Yeah, what's the deal?
It is on you. I put you guys in a group. It's on you to keep the group together. Go get them.
Or you're gonna get a fucking F.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. So now, sorry, they didn't leave yet. He said, "You're acting like this is my fault." And she goes, "No, you're not. But you're acting shitty, and you're making it your fault." Like
the gaslighting, bro.
So fucking shitty. He's like, "You're a fucking bitch." That's great. He gets up and leaves. She gets up and leaves, and then she finds Volchek and his friends out at the truck, and she's like, "Hey, Volchek, we need to talk." He goes, "So talk." And he goes, "You sure you want to do this here?" Like, see, his friends are there. He's like, "Yeah, I'm sure." She goes, "All right, this isn't working. We need to break up." She's like, "That night at that party, what you did to Jake?" He's like, "What?" He's like, "You wanted that to happen." She's like, "I thought you were just gonna spar." He's like, "Yeah, so we sparred, and then I kicked his ass. What is the deal?" She's like, "You loved it." She's like, no. It's like, we're gonna break up because I gave some random kid a beating?" She's like, "And loved it. The only time you're happy is when you're hurting someone." He goes, "Oh my God, are you that self-righteous where you actually believe that?" And then because he says,
because I'm sure he enjoys some other
says
stuff
something
too.
awesome. Oh my God, he's like, "Look, when you showed up at the school, you were a fucking ghost, all right? You were fucking nobody.
You were nothing without me.
I fucking made you." And she was like, "Thanks for making this easier on me."
Yeah.
And then she walks away, and he runs up and grabs her, and she's like, "Ow, you're hurting me." He goes, "Do I look happy?"
Yeah.
And then Jake runs up. He's like, "Hey,
Hey.
let her go." He goes, "Fuck you gonna do about it, man?" Just so nonchalantly looks at him because he's like, "I beat the fucking shit. I toyed with you.
I'll do it again."
Yeah, he's like, "Fuck it. What are you gonna do about it?"
Yeah.
And then Jake's like, "Yeah, what am I gonna do about it?"
I mean, bro, this is like legitimately like
he starts looking, and then he starts walking away, and he like grabs his sunglasses. He goes, "You're weak, just like your old man was." God. Weak.
It would suck.
Gets in his truck. And he's like, "Fuck this guy, man."
It would suck so bad to be in Jake's position.
There's nothing he can do.
Like, not
That
only
sucks
is your bully good looking, rich, got the girl that you want, but he can also beat the fuck out of everyone at the school.
Yeah.
To where like you can't even go get someone else who's bigger to like side for you or
You're
something.
just like, whatever, man.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
Your mom won't even listen to you. Like, I'd be
Yeah.
I guess my only option is to never back down. You know, like.
So he's back at the gym, and he's sparring way too hard with the people in the class. And Blood Diamond's
such a piece of
Blood
shit.
Diamond's like, "Take it easy. What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's fine." He's like, "Fine, spar with me."
Yeah.
He's like,
well, first it was like the mitts.
Yeah, and he starts hitting him, and then Blood Diamond's like just kind of like tapping his head, like, "Come on,
Yeah.
calm down.
Yeah. You're throwing way too hard.
You're
falling
going
all
too
over
crazy.
Yeah.
You're reckless. I'm gonna keep tagging you."
Yeah.
He keeps hitting him, and then he's like, "Fine, let's go." He's like, "Take the pads off. Let's go." And then they do it, and he just fucking drops him.
Fucking flips him. Do a
And he
little
gets
judo
up, and he has him
toss.
down, and like goes to hit him from like the ground, and he's like, "Stop.
Yeah.
Go home.
Yeah.
Cool off."
Go.
And he gets up, and he starts walking. And he goes, "At least I have a home."
Gaslighting. Bro.
He goes, "What did you say to me?" And he goes, "At least I have a home." He goes, "Then go to it."
Boom.
He is way too cool about this.
He is
way too fucking cool about this. Blood Diamond should be like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck this kid up."
Yeah.
Just then go to it. American Horror Story goes, should I make sure he's all right? And Blood Diamond's like, "I don't care."
Yeah. You go do that.
He's like, "Yeah, go do that." Like, whatever. They're now in his car, and he's fucking mad. He's like, "Man, putting it on me. Putting that shit on me. It's my responsibility." Because Blood Diamond told him it's his responsibility to control his anger.
Yeah. I will
My
say.
responsibility? My responsibility? You can tell it has nothing to do with Blood Diamond.
No, yeah. And driving in that, that Mustang it just adds a lot of testosterone. Doesn't make it better, you know?
Yeah. So now, here's my issue. They're at a stop sign.
Yep.
They
got a Humvee.
They're
rolling.
behind a car That car goes at the stop sign. They don't move. He's sitting there, like, talking to Jake.
Yeah.
About his anger. Crazy. There's a Hummer behind that starts honking. And instead of being like, oh, shit, I need to go traffic, so he's like, come on, man, what the fuck? Stop doing that. And then Jake just gets out of the car.
Yeah. They're totally in the wrong.
They're totally in the wrong here. Jake gets out of the car. Driver gets out, and he goes, is there a problem, tough guy? It's like, yeah, there is. And then, like, two of his boys get out. And one of the guys goes, yo, why don't you just get back in the car, faggot? So then Jake, because he's been training in MMA, he's a trained fighter. He beats the shit out of 3 guys in the street.
Yeah.
And then Max, American Horror Story, he films it and posts it online.
Yeah.
They are the assholes in this scenario.
Oh, totally.
Those guys in the Hummer are not.
Yeah.
Those guys in the Hummer were honking because you were driving like a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then you got out of the car and they felt threatened, so they got out, and you're a trained fighter, so you fucked them up.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Half of the choreography for that was...
To the trained eye.
Well, not even. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, you fucking rammed some dude who was, like, literally double your weight through the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
Fuck no, bro.
Fucking right he did.
I was like, bro, that guy would
It's all about angles and center. He's got a good center of gravity. You fucking know that. He's got a good center of gravity.
My bad. Yeah.
And he's veering away from that old school boxing shit. Because he knows it doesn't fly.
Because you got to mix it up.
Yeah. You got to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
So he's now internet famous. Everyone knows about it. Everyone sees him beat the shit out of those 3 guys.
Yeah.
Volchek, you can tell he's not impressed. He kind of like, people are looking at it and like talking about it. He goes, you sound like a bunch, his boys, they're like, I heard you hit the guy so hard his heart stopped. He goes, you guys sound like a bunch of bitches right now. Like, just sucking the guy's balls.
We're seeing how nice the home is,
They're
too.
at some, they're at some, like, lake thing. Like, everyone's wakeboarding in the lake.
Yeah.
They're chilling, like, it looks awesome.
Oh,
picnic table area, just chilling. Jake passes Ever Been Late Stolen Boy, and she just goes, happy? And he goes, what? She goes, you're a rock star now. You happy? He goes, why do you care?
Yeah.
Like, it's a great question. Why do I care? And she walks off. Yeah, why does she care?
Why?
Why? Explain that to me.
Yeah.
Explain that. Why is she mad at him?
You want to know why? Because she can't be alone. There's a little gaslight for her.
And there we go. She had a threesome in the pool.
There you go.
She can't be alone. She gotta be around people.
Always has to
Makes
has a dude.
Yeah. Volchek follows Jake in the bathroom. Says, how's it going, badass? And like you can tell there's just a standoff, and then he just shows that he's still so much fucking stronger.
Yeah,
he
he fucking
drops him. He's got his foot like on his throat, and he's holding his leg there, and he's just talking to him. He's like, "You think I'm impressed because you beat a bunch of wannabes in a fucking yellow Hummer? No,
yeah.
You think you can make it through the beatdown? I did. Won the whole tournament
Twice.
I'm the best. The fucking best. There's a old Palm Beach Post article. It's in like the 90s where Reverend Thomas Masters,
I love it.
he was the mayor recently. He might still be the mayor of Riviera Beach. Like he forever has been the mayor of Riviera Beach. He might still be, he might not be. But in the 90s, there's a newspaper article about his trial where he had they said it was great because it was the 90s. They didn't say, are you pulling it up?
Yeah.
Mayor Thomas Masters. Let me pull it up because I don't want to ruin it.
Ronnie L. Felder is the mayor of Riviera Beach.
Okay, that's fine, but that's fine. He can be the mayor now.
We're not going to gaslight him.
Where
is sir.
I gotta pay for it. So whatever. It was great because it was in the 90s, and he had a 40-year-old male with the mental capacity of a 12-year-old.
That's fun.
Whom Reverend Thomas Masters convinced to smoke crack and then had sex with twice. That is my favorite thing that's ever... Why twice? Why twice? I love that they felt the need to say twice. That means they know he finished, and then he was like, you know what, I got one more in me. Let's go.
Yeah, like twice in the same day, or is just like
Twice. They smoked crack together.
It's got to be in the same day.
Imagine smoking crack with a disabled adult and then fucking him twice. Imagine what a life that guy has.
Talk about living.
But twice. Volchek won the beatdown twice. And then he, like, kicks him in the leg to, like give him a bad dead leg. And as he's walking out, what does he say? Oh, he says, I'm not impressed. Not even a little bit. And then he says...
Fuck, what does he say?
Enjoy the floor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, my
Enjoy
God.
the floor.
And Jake gets up, and he looks at himself in the mirror, and he's so fucking...
So upset. He's like, I've been working out so hard.
I'm sure he's gaslighting himself in his own fucking head.
Damn it. So he's walking. He's like limping.
Gotta train harder.
He's just walking off. He's leaving, and he's walking away. And American Horror Story pulls up in his car. He's like, what are you doing? Like, get in my car. He's like, I'm walking home. He's like, get in. Then he stops and looks at him and goes, what's the beat down? He goes, oh, get it!
Yeah, he's so fucking hyped up.
So
I fucking hate this kid.
Yeah, so he's showing him clips of it. He's like, it is gladiator heaven. Elimination style tournament. It's like,
It sounds like he's going to be like, fucking hold bar, fucking steel chair.
He goes, when is it? He goes, it's sometime next month. It's very important. Sometime next month. We get a last-minute text and with the location, and everyone goes. He's like, all right. And then he just looks at the house and he goes, dude, do all of you guys have houses like this?
We're looking at from like a 30-foot fucking ceiling.
It's bananas, this house. And he says, you tried to say it earlier. Fuck. This is our guest house.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you started to say it earlier.
I don't know why. I'm second guessing.
It's like, dude, this is our guest house. It's like, I know you live in a sad little apartment with your mom and loser brother, but this is how I live.
This is our guest house.
Yeah.
And
your family could totally live here, and it would have no impact on my family,
but no.
we are not going to do that.
Because I like to chill here in my spare time when I'm talking to my buddies.
Yeah, and if we have guests, they need somewhere to crash. Why not here?
You're not important.
So Jake goes to the gym and starts like getting ready, and Blood Diamond walks up. He goes, what are you doing? He goes, getting ready to train. He goes, you don't train here anymore. You mocked me for living here and then assaulted 3 civilians. Get the fuck out of my gym.
And he tries to almost stay. He like walks a little bit, turns around, and he's like, go!
Yeah. And he leaves because he fought outside the gym.
Yeah.
He doesn't mention him mocking him for living there. But he should have.
Yeah.
Should have been like, you're a horrible person.
I just love, though, that Jake did, like, you would think that would have been enough, but he literally had to, like, walk 10 feet and turn around.
Yeah, and looks and he goes, out!
Yeah.
And then he keeps walking. Where now he gets home. His little brother is a black guy. Mom's like, Charlie got in a fight.
It's all your fucking fault.
Yeah. And he goes, what about the other guy? He goes, what about him? Charlie. 'Cause Charlie. He's like,
It's a little.
Yeah. And she goes, you think this is funny, Jake? You know this is your fault. He's like, how is this my fault? All this fighting you've been doing it your whole fucking life. You think Charlie's not going to take to that? Huh? You think you're the only one who gets angry, Jake? I get angry. I want to break stuff. She throws a fucking glass at the wall. And she goes, yeah, you want to try that? Want to try that, Charlie? He's like, yeah. She's like, yeah. Throw a plate against the wall. And he throws a plate and it shatters. And she goes, you feel better? He's like, yeah. And Jake goes, how about you, Mom? You feel better? She's like, yeah, I do. But there's a mess. And that is my job. Oh, because she's like, you're supposed to be setting the example. And he's like, isn't that your job? And then she fucking goes crazy. It's fucking insane, this movie.
That's what we need. We just need to break some stuff sometimes.
Main guy, he goes to the gym, like right before Blood Diamond, closes for the day, and he just looks at him and then closes. It's like a big garage door. It's a big warehouse gym. And then he just closes the garage door. So he's like, all right, Blood Diamond doesn't want to talk. So him and American Horror Story stake out the gym. They're sitting in his car out there eating French fries and just staring. And he's like, he's not going to leave. He never leaves. It's 365. He's like, he's got to go somewhere. And then he does, so they follow him to the grocery store, where then while he's picking out produce, he approaches him. He's like, Jesus Christ. And he goes, listen, I'm angry. I hate Volchek. my dad's dead, and it's my fault. Can I please train with you? And he goes, yeah, it's fine. So now he's back training with him. And Braden, what do we get?
A motherfucking montage.
Even Rocky had a montage.
Montage.
And great soundtrack. It's just it might be red jumpsuit apparatus. Like it's like some like awesome 2000s pop punk band that you're like, oh, they had that hit.
Yeah,
it's those guys.
Yeah, so they're showing a progression over this montage, but the only
Guys, get this.
Oh.
Get this. He threw a cinder block like really fucking far. He threw it so far, guys. Like you wouldn't believe how far he like took it and he was like, run! He fucking threw the cinder block. It was nuts.
Yeah.
He kicked the fucking bag really hard and then he won the fucking race.
Yeah.
Guys, cinder block really far, bag really hard, run really fast.
Yeah. Because
that's how
important.
you get good at fighting.
Yeah, dude. I was like, all right, so when is the striking going to get any better?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. He's just throwing cinder blocks, and then he's having a heart-to-heart with Blood Diamond.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, so why are you so sad? Like, what's your deal, man? You live at the gym. It's fucking crazy. And he's like, yeah, my brother was a fighter, and he beat a guy up in a bar. Then the guy came back and murdered my brother in front of me, and I haven't been able to face my father ever since. And then he like wants more, and he's like, nah, that's it. He wants more information. He's like, yeah, let's go. So now they're back, and they're training again.
Yeah.
It felt like all of this should have been in the gym. This whole scene. I don't know why I'm picking this to be like they should have done this differently. Should have done this whole movie differently.
Yeah.
But they're like, he's showing them like reversals. He's like, grab my leg, come on, and like doing that. And then when they get done, Jake's like, well, you can't always change your position. Like, sometime you're just stuck, right? Braden, right?
No.
Wrong.
Yeah, wrong.
He said, you can always change you always control the outcome. You always do. He said something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can always change the position. You always control the outcome.
So he shows up at his brother's tennis match. His brother's getting his ass kicked. And his mom's like, yeah, he's getting his ass kicked because he's a loser. And then he stands up and goes, hey, Charlie, I thought you were going to win Wimbledon, man. You got this. And like a person's like, can we have some quiet in the stands, please?
Can you shut the fuck up?
And then Charlie starts winning. And main guy and mom are kind of joking around about how messed up their family is. It's not healthy, but...
it's terrible.
He then goes and sees Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy at a coffee shop. And he's like, hey, it was really fucked up what you did to me. She's like, all right, I'm gonna go about my day. And he's like, but you're right. I've been an asshole ever since. And that's making me the bad guy. So I'm sorry.
This is fucking crazy, bro.
And then they start making out.
Yeah. But like okay, not saying the dude's perfect or anything. He's done some shit. He's flawed, whatever. But like, no, in this scenario, he's not the one that should be fucking sorry at all.
Yeah, but this is how he's gonna get into Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy's pants.
Yeah.
He realized making her feel shitty got him so far.
Yeah.
She's not with Volchek anymore.
No. Yeah.
He accomplished that.
Yeah.
But he's a monster now that I'm breaking this down.
Yeah.
He knew all of this was going to happen. He knew about the beatdown.
Yeah.
He knew Volchek's won it twice.
He knew everything it was going to take to sacrifice to get into this girl's pants. But what
Yeah.
did he do, David? He never backed down.
Never back down. And then, like, so he's like, so now I got to tell her, hey,
Yeah.
people change.
I've gone this
You're
far.
okay. And they start making out.
Yeah. And he's like, ching, success.
So now, oh my God, dude, the mom goes to the MMA gym.
Yeah. And
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm Jake's mom. She's like, your son's a great fighter, or your son's a very talented fighter. She's like, that's something every mom wants to hear. He's like, more than a talented fighter. He's a good kid. She's like, is that what you say about all? He's very angry, but he's a good kid. She's like, is that what you say about all the angry young men who pay your bills?
Gaslight.
You think, oh my God, what the fuck is this? And she's like, yes, he thinks I know he thinks I blame him for the death of his father. And Blood Diamond goes, do you? She goes, anyway, here's the money for next month.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, she totally does.
Yeah.
I know he thinks I blame him for the death of his father. He's like, well, do you? She's like, here's your money, you fucking loser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep acting like
She's
a fucking
so
therapist.
mean to him.
Yeah, it's
unnecessarily.
I start to wonder what is happening to the screenwriter in his own personal life, where there's this much gaslighting going on.
It is every single person in this fucking movie does it.
He must think that he is like everyone hates him in real life or something.
Dude, and that's what I'm talking about. When I'm like, there's not a scene in this movie where any person in that scene acts like a normal fucking person.
Yeah.
There's not.
There's not.
Every single human being in this movie is the most toxic piece of shit
Straight
ever.
up. Yeah, it's
fucking wild, you guys.
and that's why I gave it a yeah.
Just get us going again.
We're going, yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
That was
Braden,
weird.
Braden, oh, it's weird that you hit it. You did it last episode,
I didn't hit
too.
it. I didn't hit it.
You did it last episode, too, you fuck.
I swear I didn't hit it.
Oh, yeah, no.
nothing.
You didn't last time either. Guys,
So even if I
you
hit
guys are
some
like,
over
oh,
here,
why
I
is,
haven't
you
had
guys
to
are like,
hit that.
why is all this weird banter going on? Braden stopped the recording for a second. I wasn't going to announce it, but I felt the need to anyways.
Gaslight me, David. I see.
6.4 Braden give it. We're at a cool, like, by the water. We're at the wakeboard park that they were at. And American Horror Story gets a text. Beat down. Tomorrow at midnight. Club Zero. Be there.
Damn.
And he's like, oh, shit. And goes and tells Jake, he's like, got the beat down tomorrow night. You ready? He's like, yeah, I'm not going to do it. He's like, fuck you talking about you're not going to do it, man? This is what we've been training for. He's like, yeah, dude, like, I don't know. I think that's what fucking Volchek wants. Like, I don't want to be a part of any of this. Like, I got a good thing. I got the girl. We're having fun training and shit. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, I'm not going to go fight. He's like, why don't you come over here? He's like, hey, ever been laid stolen boy's friend is cute. She's been checking you out this whole time, man. I'll help you get inside that brown girl's pants. And he's like,
I guess babes over brawls.
he goes, babes, the one thing better than brawls. And then goes and sits there and he's like, so you play Xbox?
Which, I mean, I respect. There's one thing.
He knows what he likes.
Yeah.
He's not going to pretend like he likes other shit.
Yeah, but she says.
Anytime I go on a date, I mean anytime,
Yeah.
I talk about wrestling.
Yeah.
I go, so who's your favorite wrestler?
Yeah.
And if they don't have one, I go, kick rocks.
Yeah. Well, you gaslight them first before you tell
I
them.
go, you don't have a favorite wrestler? Do you realize how dumb you are
Yeah.
for not being well-versed in WWE or AEW?
Yeah.
Do you realize how much of a fucking moron you are?
It's like you don't even live or
She's
something.
like, are you serious right now? I go, wrestling is the highest form of entertainment. You're an ignorant swine, and you're not worth my time.
Yeah.
There's the door. I'm staying and eating dinner. All right? You're not getting a free meal out of me. Get the fuck out of here. Every time that's how it goes.
And that's how you got to do it.
Yeah, I'm yet to meet a girl who's like, oh,
And that's
you know,
their
Roman
fault.
Reigns.
That's their fucking fault, David.
Yeah, it's their fault.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Yeah, but also they'd have to pick a good one.
Yeah.
You can't be like John Cena. I'd be like, fuck you.
Yeah, the fucking
Fucking
5-year-olds
poser.
are
Yeah.
choosing
What are
John
you,
Cena.
6?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't see me. Hustle, loyalty, respect. Fuck you.
Yeah.
So now him and Amber Heard are hooking up, and she's got his MMA gloves on, and it's fun. And then he's on top of her, and he's like, I'm going to make you tap out. And she goes, tap out? Like, confused, like she doesn't know what it means.
Oh, yeah.
Which annoys me,
Yeah.
because she used the term sparring earlier.
Yeah.
She knows what sparring means.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what tap out means.
Fucking crazy.
And then, like, they start hooking up, and she's like, you want to tap out?
And she's literally
On top, she goes, do you want to tap out? And then he taps her butt a few times.
Oh, bro. First time I
Yeah.
saw this, I was chubbed up, dog.
Yeah.
Chubbed all the way up.
Chubbed all the way up. I'm chubbed up just thinking about it.
Yeah, right, bro? Shout out to you. Never been late.
Ever been laid
Ever-
stone boy?
yeah, yeah.
Ever been? It's a question. She's
Ever.
not saying you've never been
Yeah,
laid
yeah.
stone boy. She's asking
Ever?
if he's ever been laid.
Yeah.
Brother, fucking loser brother interrupts. He's like, Mom's on the phone. And grabs the phone, and as he walks away, he goes, oh, because he's like, what are you guys doing? They're like, we were wrestling.
Fuck it. I
And
mean, wrestling.
He's like, and Mom's on the phone. And he takes the phone and goes, and he looks at her and goes, big wrestling fan. Yeah.
This kid knows
Guys,
what he's doing.
So now we're at Volchek's house, and he's like training in the backyard. They're all getting ready. And there's like chicks in the pool. And who's there? Psycho Dad.
He's great.
Psycho Dad is like from Jersey.
It's like Jeff Bezos on steroids.
He's like a Jersey dude, bald, middle-aged, like made some money, divorced or dead wife, I'm not sure. And he's like making margaritas for the kids. And one of the buddies is like training, like hitting the heavy bag. He's like, "Hey, you want a margarita?" He's like, "Oh, no thanks. I'm good, Mr. McCarthy." He's like, "Come on, have a drink with me." And he goes, "Dad," Volchek does it. "Dad, we're good." He goes, "What'd you say to me? You getting fresh with me in front of your kid? In front of your friends?" He's like, "Dad." He's like, and he like smacks him in the face. He goes, "You getting fresh with me in front of your friends?" He goes, Listen here, hot shot. If you want to be the best, you got to take out the best, all right?" And then he kind of surveys. He goes, all right. I can take a hint. I know when I'm not wanted. He grabs his drink and goes, "Ladies." It's all high school girls. Every fucking one of them's a high school girl.
This guy's
and he walks
crazy.
inside. This guy's the fucking best.
We needed
All
more
right.
of him.
Hey, I can take a hint, all right? I know when I'm not wanted. Let me just grab my margarita. I'll be on my way. Ladies.
There needed to be at least one more scene of this dad.
He needed to be so much more in the movie for us to care about him at all.
No, yeah.
Like right there, like part of me is I'm kind of like, oh man, like what a shit life Volchek's had. But I needed more of it.
Yeah. And it would have been great to see the dad just like overly gaslight him too. And it's like, oh, dude, this is just a world of gaslight. It's crazy.
So one of Volchek's buddies is like, "Man, I can't believe main guy from Iowa, he's not going to go to the beatdown." He goes, What? Volchek just assumed he was going.
Yeah.
Because he beat the shit out of him at a party once, and he assumed now this guy's going to get really good into MMA and try to win the beatdown.
Yeah, we'll be in the final.
Or I mentioned the beatdown to him once. Told him I won it twice, so he's going to try to come do it.
Yeah.
Wild. And he's like, wow. And then one of the friends is like, "Man, he's too scared." And another friend goes, "That's not the word on the street." And he goes, "No, it's not? Well, what is it? What is the word on the street?"
And then some girl goes, "I think he'd kick your ass."
I bet it's that he can kick your ass. Like, that's what the word on the street is.
Yeah.
And he looks at her like he's about to fuck her up. And she goes, "What?" And
and she did play dumb. Like, what did I say? It's like, what do you mean? You just said literally straight to this dude's
said what
face.
the word on the street is. He's asking, "What's the word on the street?" And she's like, "I can kick your ass."
Yeah.
That's what people are saying.
Yeah.
I don't think it's true. I watched you fuck him up.
I think you're the
I don't
best.
think it's true at all. I watched you toy with him, and this was like a few weeks ago, I think. It hasn't been that long.
If what's his name was like, "Say I'm the best." Say it.
Hold you down. I'm the best. So he pulls up at the gym and sees American Horror Story coming out. Volchek does. And he's like, "American Horror Story, you're training with Blood Diamond now?" He's like, "Yeah, just you're learning the thing or two here and there." He's like, "Oh, Mad Max, master of the ground and pound." It's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah. Hey, so your boy's not going to be in the beatdown?" He's like, "Nah, man, I guess he's not doing it, man. It sucks. It would have been so cool to see both you guys get in the finals." It's like, "Yeah, it would have." "All right, well, I'll see you around, man." He's like, "All right, cool." He starts to pull away. He's like, "You know what? Hey, we're training over at the house right now. You wanna come by? You know, maybe show us what you've been learning?" He's like, "Yeah, that'd be cool."
Yeah.
He's like, "All right." And he goes to get in his car. He's like, "Nah, come on, hey, ride with me." Like, "All right."
Which is so
And
weird.
Yeah, gets in the car. He's just overly nice to him and all of that. But like the same way he was to main guy earlier in the movie. And Blood Diamond's like, "Whoa, Max, don't get in that car."
Yeah, like
he's like, "Well, no."
I know.
Yeah.
I'm fucking
He's
Blood
like
Diamond.
He's like, "That looks like a bad dude you're getting in the car with." So he gets in, and they're at Volchek's house, and
I sell diamonds to his father. I know that guy.
And he's American Horror Story is telling Volchek's buddies to breathe as they're doing it, and they're like, "Fuck you, dude! Like, you're a fucking joke. Don't give us jokes." Volchek goes, "Guys, he's not wrong. Shut the fuck up. He's right. Most fights end because one of the fighters gets gassed out. You need to be able to control your breathing, right?" And American Horror Story's like, "Yeah, it's exactly." He's like, "Hey, let's get you and me. Let's do it.
let's show these young pups what's going on.
Let's show them a thing or two. And the other, like, kind of like, he's just kind of talking stuff through. And he's like, you can learn a lot by what happens to people after they get tagged. He fucking smacks the shit out of him. He's like, whoa, dude.
Mind
I don't have any gear.
Yeah. Mind you, one of the people that they're showing this to is someone that's already beat this dude up.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like, okay, well, I get he's going to this other dojo.
It was completely sanctioned.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
So he, like, smacks the shit out of him. He goes, your body fight or flight instinct's going to kick in.
Yeah.
Going to kick in. You're going to do one of two things. Get the hell out or get the hell in. Which one are you going to do, Max? And then he smacks him again, and then he just starts fucking him up.
Yeah.
Fucks him up.
To where even his boys who are dumb and ignorant, they're like,
Volchek, stop it.
Yo, bro, chill.
So
He's like literally about to kill him.
Yeah. We're back at the apartment. Sad apartment.
Yeah.
Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy and Jake and his little brother, they're playing a card game where you hold a card up on your head, and I think you just try to think that you have the highest card. And that's what you're betting on.
Yeah, I think so.
And the little brother wins. Then there's a knock at the door, and Jake gets up to get it. As he gets up to get it, what does the little brother say?
Fuck. Something about the girl, right?
He's like, so you want to wrestle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, should have just guessed on that one.
Yeah. And turns out Volchek's boys leave American Horror Story's nearly dead body.
Dude.
like he does not look alive. They
How
leave
the
his
fuck are
dead
the
body
cops?
on the sidewalk.
This is crazy.
Yeah, and they...
Listen, I'm sure the cops would show up and they would find a way to gaslight the cops and be like, okay, I get it. I'm leaving.
Well, so when they get to the hospital, he says he fell.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking.
But come
they get there, the doctor goes, we got fractured ribs, 6 stitches inside your lip, and a broken nose. Must have been one hell of a fall.
Yeah. The doctor's probably like, it's impossible.
Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy asks Max, like, they call your family? He's like, yeah. She says, are they coming? He goes, no. She's like, all right. And then Jake's like, I need your keys, American Horror Story. And gets it and, like, starts leaving. And Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy falls down. She's like, don't do this. This is what he wants. He's goating you in the fight. He's like, if I don't, who's next? You? Charlie? All right, I need to fucking end this tonight, win or lose.
You think she would be like...
This ends tonight.
You think she'd gaslight him into being like, call the fucking cops?
Yeah, American Horror Story's like, I fucking fell, baby.
Yeah.
Shit ain't happening.
I'm alive to the fucking... to the grave.
She says, Jake, walking away and giving up aren't the same things. And he says, good.
He says...
Because I'm not doing either.
Yeah.
What a shitty response. Why good? Should have been, okay, well, I'm not doing either of those.
We should have clapped back and been like, yeah, being a fucking whore and a gaslighting piece of shit isn't the fucking same either. What, I don't know. Just fucking throw something back at her.
There's no need for name calling, Braden.
You're right.
All right. Calling her the W word?
She's a respectable
not
woman.
Not in this world. Not in this day and age.
Johnny Depp never called her that.
We've made it through several Amber Heard movies without referencing him.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Don't take that low-hanging fruit, you piece of shit.
My bad.
She's Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy.
She is, yeah.
All right, we don't need those cheap pops. We don't need the cheap pops from the court case. Fuck that. So he goes to get Max's car. He goes to get Max's car, and Blood Diamond comes out and is like, where's Max? I didn't say anything. Goes, that boy. He hurt him. He's like, yeah. And he's like, I'm going to go.
I was hoping right here that he was going to be like, that's it.
He's like, I'm going to fuck this kid up.
I'm going to fuck him up.
It would have been better, honestly.
It would have been better.
Yeah.
Would have been better if, and then Jake had to, like, fight him to stop him from, like, killing him.
All right, take it easy.
And this is why he had to fucking live here and do everything, because he actually is crazy.
He did this somewhere else, and he's on the run.
He goes,
great.
He becomes unhinged. he's fucking, what's his name?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, yeah.
So Blood Diamond's like, hey, if you fight, you can't train here. He's like, dude, what about my dead dad? What about your dead brother?
Gaslight.
And he goes, fine, you can train here. That's the scene.
It's fucking crazy.
The scene. What about my dead dad? It's way longer and more drawn out, but it's what about my dead dad and your dead brother? He's like, fine, you can train here.
Yeah.
So then he goes and he puts on his dead dad's sweater and he goes to the beatdown. And he shows up.
And the moment Mom walks into the bedroom right before he leaves, she sees that he's wearing that sweater, and she knows this isn't good.
She sees he's wearing the sweater, and he says, I'm going to need you to call me Ron from now on.
Whoa.
Let's go to your bedroom.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's dark. And then they cut to the beatdown.
Yeah.
And that don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now. That's how long I've been long. I didn't want to do it all, so I skipped right there. That's how long I've been on. Yeah, work up,
You're like, okay, let's fucking go.
That was a great song to pick for this. Yeah. I was kind of like, all right, let's fucking do this.
Yeah.
It got very silly very quickly because security guard like puts his hand on Jake's chest. He's like, nah. And then one of Volchek's little boys comes up. He's like, nah, he's cool. He's like, all right,
I'm
you're
16.
Good.
I would know.
Yeah, he's like, all right, have fun in there, young man.
Yeah.
It's fucking nonsense.
What?
So we hear that he checks in at the DJ. He's like, Jake Tyler checking in. He's like, all right. And we hear that, here's how they describe it. These fights are no holds barred. No holds barred.
There you go.
No eye gouging, no low blows, and no biting. That's not no holds barred.
Yeah, it's not.
No holds barred mean DQ doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I could gouge the fuck out of someone's eyes and stomp on their balls.
Tear
and
your nose off.
I could bite their nose off.
Yeah.
All right? That's what no holds barred mean.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck you, never back down. Just say the rules of the fight.
Yeah.
That'd be a better way to describe this.
Yeah.
There's a quick first fight, and then we get announced we're getting fucking Jake and Volchek immediately. Like, it's Jake Tyler and Kevin Volchek, and Volchek's coming out, and it's playing Soulja Boy up in it. Oh, watch me crank it, watch me roll. But the version that I think Travis Barker did it. It was like with drums.
Yeah.
And they're doing that.
And you're like, oh, great. We're going to get right to it. No other gimmicky fights
like,
before this.
Let's fucking go. They're standing there, and then the guy's like, hold on, hey, we got a mistake. It's Jake Taylor against Volchek, not Jake Tyler. And I wish if I'm Jake Tyler, I'd be like, hey, I don't think Jake Taylor will care if I take a spot.
Yeah.
And I just fight him now.
I would have literally been like, no. Yeah. Just fucking keep it.
Yeah, I don't want to fight a tournament. I just want to fight him.
Yeah. Announce that. I'm sure everyone there, even the DJ, would have been like, oh, he only wants to fight him?
He's the reigning two-time champ. Nobody in the tournament is going to be like, no, fuck you. Like, Jake Taylor's not going to be like, no, I want to fight him. He's like, yeah, cool. Who did he have in the first round?
Yeah,
that sounds great.
Him. Yeah.
Yeah. Instead, he just says nothing, and we get Volchek putting this guy in a crucifix and elbowing the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
And fight's over. Jake wins his first fight via leg lock. Volchek looks kind of impressed. He's kind of smiling like, all right. Hey, he's mixing it up a bit.
Yeah.
Here we go. There's a dude doing crazy flips and shit, and Volchek just watches him and then times it and runs in and Superman punches him.
Yeah, knocks him the fuck out.
That might be, if anyone's seen any clip from this movie, that might be it.
Yeah.
I've seen that around. I've seen like a further view. Oh my God. I've seen one where it's Marine or Navy SEAL knocks out cocky fighter. That was like a clip on YouTube, and it was that just from like far away, like someone in the crowd videotaping it. And like I watched it, and I'm like, I'm almost positive that's from Never Back Down. I'm almost positive that's Kevin Volchek doing that, but I'm far away. I can't imagine this happened in real life, and it's this.
That's so
insane. Funny. Jake doesn't let a guy tap him out with a Kimura. Guy's got him in a deep Kimura, and he doesn't let him tap him out because he's never back down.
Yeah.
And it's on you. It's your responsibility. You can always change the position.
Yeah.
So he changed it, got him in an arm bar, wins it. Volchek's fighting this huge guy who, like, he's throwing kicks and punches, and the guy's just shaking him off. So Volchek gets on his back and chokes him out with a rear naked. A very poor rear naked.
Yes, it was.
He had it, like, on his chest for most of it.
Yeah.
And then at the end, like, when he's on the ground, you see it's around his neck, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Jake hurts his ribs fighting a guy with a red mohawk.
Yeah, I got him with like a spinning kick.
Yeah, and fucks his ribs up, and the guy's attacking him the rest of the fight. Jake ends up reversing a leg lock into a triangle. Fight's over.
Yeah, and they're basically showing like as they're progressing through the tournament, each stage is getting like a little bit more challenging and difficult. But one thing that they're trying to make sure that they show is that Jake is having just a little bit more of a tough time each fight that they progress through. rather than
Volchek. Like Volchek, like his last fight, he fought a big dude.
Yeah, and had a little bit of a struggle.
But the dude wasn't like hitting him and fucking him up at any
exactly.
point. Yeah.
Like he still did way better than Jake did in the last fight.
Jake is back in the kitchen, icing his ribs, and
I can't breathe.
Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy shows up.
Right before that, someone else.
Oh, the ref goes in. He's like, "You fine?" He's like, "I'm fucking fine. Leave me alone." He's
yeah.
Like, all right.
Okay.
Because the ref watched him and like saw that it's like holding his ribs, and the ref's like,
"Are you gonna be able to fight?"
You know what? Here's the thing: the ref is the only good person in this movie.
Only good fucking person.
Because the ref's like, "I gotta go check on this kid," and then Jake's like, "Hey, I'm fine. Leave me alone."
Gaslight.
He's like, "All right, man.
Crazy.
Well, we'll let you know when the next fight is."
Yeah.
And then like, Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy comes in. He's like, "I said, leave me alone." She comes in like, I come all this way, and that's the greeting I get.
Like, oh my god.
He's like, "Hey, it's you,
babe."
And she's like, she talks about how sad it is that no one in American Horror Story's family came to the hospital. So then she understood why he had to fight, and she supports him doing it.
She supports him, but for some reason she wants to distract him by playing Marco Polo.
Yeah, she's like, but real quick, watch how fast I can down this shit.
Yeah.
And she chugs a wine cooler in front of him, like, "This is my friend, Amanda Seyfried. Let's go play Marco Polo in the hotel pool."
Yeah.
And they do that, and she's like, "You ever been laid, Stolen Boy?"
Dude, it's like this whole random sex scene in between the fighting. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
A couple scenes later, Jake is like, "Volchek, please, I don't want to die. Please, Volchek, don't kill me." And then they murder him out in the mountains.
Dude, it's fucking sad.
Yeah, it's
all that gaslighting just to get murdered.
Yeah, it's a sad movie.
But at least he got to fuck Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy.
Yeah, he got a little poon before he got killed.
Yeah.
Volchek's beating the fuck out of this guy. Like, the guy is just covering up, not moving, and Volchek's hitting him, and like frustrated that the guy's not fighting back. And the DJ is like talking shit, like, "Oh, come on, finish him, champ."
Yeah.
Finish him. And he's like hitting him. So for no reason, he reaches down and just gouges the guy's eye and then chokes him out.
Crazy.
And the guy taps out, and the guy goes to the ref, is like, "Look at my eye."
Yeah.
And he's like, "DQ, eye gouge."
Why? Because he's a real person and he cares about the fighters.
He's like, you can't gouge eyes.
Yeah.
So Volchek is DQ'd and out of the tournament. And now Jake's up against another guy with a mohawk.
Which I feel like, I mean, he was upset, but I feel like he should have been more upset, showing how much he cared about winning back-to-back times. You know what I'm saying?
Three-peat.
Yeah.
He was trying to three-peat.
Yeah.
C3.
I feel like
three-peat.
I feel like that was a bad direction in a
this
way.
B, we Z, C3, three-peat, baby, I'm me. And I'm me times 3.
If I had to guess,
So retreat or suffer defeat, 'cause I'm back. Three-peat.
Wheezy.
Wheezy.
Yeah. If I had to guess, they for some reason ran out of time being able to shoot in that club, and they're like, you know what?
Just whatever. He's DQ'd. He's upset, but he accepts it. You know what? Rules is rules. I gouged his eye.
Yeah.
I knew it when I did it. It was dumb on my part, but it is what it is. Maybe we can run it back.
Yeah.
You know, like,
so they're like, for editing purposes, time's sake,
yeah,
let's go outside.
So Jake's about to fight guy with a mohawk, and he's looking, and he sees that like Volchek's angry over with his boys, and looks up at the bracket and sees Volchek's not on it, and he looks at the ref. He goes, "What? Hey, what happened to Volchek?" And he goes, "DQ. Ready? Fight!"
Whoa!
And then he just takes a knee, taps out before the guy touches him. Everyone's like, "Huh?" And then he goes to Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy. He's like, "All right, let's go." And everyone's pissed.
Yeah.
People
Which is
are
crazy.
mad.
So fucking crazy that there's an entire crowd of this community that is gaslighting someone who just went through 4 fucking fights.
I mean, dude, if you're at UFC,
True, yeah. I mean, but
and Conor McGregor is about to fight someone, and it wasn't who he wanted to fight, so he just went, "Nope, I'm out."
I do agree with you on that. But after seeing this person just fight 4 times back to back to back, I'd be like, he could do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, but you make an announcement. You don't do the theatrics of that.
I do agree
You're
with
like,
that.
"Hey, like I'm just gonna not fight."
Yeah.
Like, let advance that guy to the next round. They can make an announcement like, "My ribs are fucked. I can't fight."
True, yeah.
All that. No, instead, like, he went there. He was ready. He was gonna do it, and then just went, "I'm out." Like, fuck, I'd be annoyed if I was sitting through all those fights, And I was like, oh, shit, this guy's pretty good. And then he does that. I'd be like, man, fuck this guy.
I was making excuses for him, but you're right, because he spent so much time playing Marco Polo.
Yeah.
He had the time to figure all that shit out.
That's why. He was tired from Marco Polo.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, whatever. I'm not doing this. So he's outside, and Volchek follows him out. He's like, what the fuck was that in there? And he's like, dude, I don't give a fuck about the beatdown, all right? He's like, I came here to fight you and nobody else, and I had to beat the shit out of 4 other people to do it.
And now there's not a crowd,
and he's
so it's like you don't want to fight.
Yeah, he's like, I'm here, I'm ready. But it's a spectator. Oh, because when Volchek was fucking him up in the bathroom, he goes, I could take you out right here and now, but where's the fun in that? It is a spectator sport after all.
Yeah.
so
So what
it's like
he really
sport.
loves is the love that he gets after beating people up.
Yeah, because he doesn't get it from daddy.
Exactly.
He gets it from the crowd.
Which is actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah. It's
This
fucked up.
is a tragic character.
Hey, that's what bullies do.
So Jake, he's like, yeah, but you know what? You don't really want to fight. You just want the limelight or something like that. And then he's like, let's go, babe.
Yeah.
Amber Heard.
And that's
starts
what
walking off with her.
pisses him off.
And Volchek runs over and like hits him, and then they start fighting. Amber Heard's like, stop it!
And
The crowd leaves. The fight's inside
And
to go
what's-
watch this fight. Because of course they did.
Yeah.
They were like, this guy was fucking the one guy up. This guy tapped out because he only wanted to fight that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go watch that fight.
They're mid-fight inside. The DJ's like, oh, fight outside?
Oh,
fuck
fight?
this.
Oh, shit, yeah. They've run out there.
Yeah.
Their crowd's watching them fight.
Dude, people are getting in the cars.
Ever been laid stolen boy is creaming her spinach, so to speak, watching this fight.
So is the...
Dude,
so
are you
is,
familiar with that term?
no, but
Because
know
I heard
exactly
it
what you're
recently,
saying.
and that is the grossest thing in the world. Someone used the phrase, she's creaming her spinach over there.
Who wants
That
creamy
is the
spinach?
that is the most nasty thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, dude. Ugh.
Volchek's attacking the ribs. He's going at the ribs.
So
It's Reversal City.
it's crazy how many people got in their cars to turn on the lights.
Absolutely. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
It's badass.
Yeah, it's apparent.
Yeah. Reversal City. He gives him a spine buster on the hood of a car, and then a Batista bomb on the hood of a car, and then a Batista bomb on the ground.
Yeah.
You're like, man, he's really fucking...
Hey.
Volchek does this to Jake.
If the L3 in his spine wasn't fucked up before, it definitely
is
is now. Yeah.
He then has him in a guillotine. Volchek has Jake in a guillotine, and Jake's not tapping out. He's like losing consciousness. Volchek's buddy is like, yo, Jake, come on, man, tap. Like they went from like cheering, like, yeah, let's go. Fuck him up. Volchek's like, hey, dude, tap out. Come on. This isn't cool. Stop it. Like, they're like, oh, we might see a murder today.
Gaslighting him into
Yeah,
tapping.
yeah. And then he reverses the guillotine and like gets him down and hits him a few times. And like one of the hits
Really hurts him.
Volchek sits there and pretends like he's knocked out.
Well, and bounces
Jake's-
his head off the
and Ja-
concrete.
but he does that, and then Jake like stops. He pretends like it does because he
Oh,
hits him.
okay,
He has his eyes closed, and Jake like stops, and then he laughs and he starts hitting Jake.
Oh my god.
And then they're up, and we get a call back. Jake does the 3-punch combination with the kick, and Volchek spits blood, goes down, fight's over.
Gets knocked out. There was one other girl I wanted to say though. So there was Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy. She's creaming her spinach. But then there's another random girl who is into Volchek, and she's also creaming her spinach.
Let's go, Volchek!
Every time
my God!
every time, literally, she's like moaning, like, oh fuck. Every time he like lands a hit, she's getting off. We've never even seen this chick, I don't think, before that. Maybe one time, but we never seen them like really interact.
It's a bitch.
Yeah,
You know?
he
This
just
is
got
new
a
bitch.
There was another girl,
Yeah, he's
multiple girls.
now that he's not with Ever Been Laid Stone Boy, he's got bitches all over him now. Because he's the best.
yeah.
And if you're gonna be the best, you gotta take out the best.
He like before they fought, like hugged some random girl, and she's like, "Oh, wow!"
Oh my goodness!
Literally,
It
wow.
feels so special.
Yeah,
American Horror Story's watching in the hospital, like on his phone and going nuts. He and Ever Been Laid Stone Boy, they embrace after the fight. Later, there's like just music, kind of like just quickly going through. They're maybe at school, maybe at that wake park again. And Jake and Volchek are both in the parking lot, and they look at each other. They exchange nods. He's earned Volchek's respect,
yeah,
and Volchek his. That's great.
yeah. Cute.
American Horror Story is totally going to bang that black chick.
Oh, totally.
Jake is totally going to bang Ever Been Laid Stolen Boy.
Yep.
Blood Diamond's totally going to bang his dad.
Yep.
That's the end.
And then we come to find out that Jake's younger brother murdered someone or murdered
years later.
Yeah.
Years later, he got caught with a ton of heads in his freezer, and they're like, "What's this all about?"
Yeah, but then they found before that like a bunch of the fucking birds that he was referencing earlier. There was like a few of those dead birds like in his fucking
pigeons. They were finding dead animals. There were signs. They were finding dead birds and cats and shit.
Yeah, he was like obsessed with them. And
hey, if I started sending you videos of me killing animals, at what point do you tell me to stop? So it's like, in the beginning,
I mean, it depends how you're killing them.
Yeah,
too.
here's the thing. In the beginning, it's cool. It's like there's like a fucking mosquito or something, and it's just like a silly like boom. I was like, yeah, fucking got it. Like
progressively,
I catch
worse.
a mosquito, and then like a lizard, and then there's a. But then, so like lizard, you might be like, oh, why is he killing lizards? Then there's a mouse in my apartment.
It's the way you do it, though.
Mouse in my apartment, and I frisbee the mousetrap. Get it?
That's cool.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit.
I like that.
And then like, I don't know, a possum, and I stomp it out.
Okay, actually, I could get behind that a little bit.
All right,
you're a little sketched. You don't want to touch it. It could have rabies.
I stomp it out.
That's fine.
Yeah, to death.
Yeah, that's
but like
fine.
I'm videotaping it like the whole to death.
It's a little weird.
I live over near a seawall where there's a lot of iguanas. Iguanas are invasive.
No, totally.
You're allowed to kill them.
Yeah.
I go sit at the seawall and I'm just picking them off with a pellet gun. And I send you a video of that.
That's not bad enough for me, David.
Stray cat. So stray, like it looks sick.
Yeah.
Stray, it looks sick. It looks hungry. It's a stray cat, and I strangle it.
Okay, yeah, that's when we get bad. That's when we get bad.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Totally.
So that's until I strangle a stray cat to death.
Yeah, you got to make it personal. Like anyone could kill like a lizard with like some Raid spray or some shit like that. But until you drop a brick on its head,
yeah.
And you tape it down first so it can't move. Like some
There
real
we go.
diabolical
I start doing fun
shit.
stuff like that.
Fun, yeah.
Guys, you know what movie does fun shit like that all the time?
Dude.
It's Nutty Professor, guys. I've seen that movie 10 million times, and there's always a different fun scene.
Yes.
You know what else is going to be doing fun shit all day, every day? Guys, this is going to be a fun summer. The 5-6 Kings, we're going live for the most part.
Yep.
Every Thursday night and Sunday night for the boys and House of the Dragon.
Oh,
it's going to be a fun summer. It's bringing us into August, guys. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be sick. It's going to be fun. I can't wait. Mm-hmm. This was a great movie to end shit on.
Yeah.
To get into all that shit. This was a classic 5-6 Kings movie. I'm upset that a dumb, hairy, greasy, fat Italian is the one who suggested it, but is what it is.
We never back down.
Great movie to do. We never back down.
No.
And guys, Braden, let's say someone's watching this right now.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh shit, that's going to be sick. They're going to be going live on their YouTube for the most part every Thursday night and Sunday night. Yeah. Thursday night after The Boys, Sunday night after House of the Dragon. Except episode 1, we won't go live. We'll record that like sometime in the week. Because Braden's going to be out of town. Life happens, all right? Mm-hmm. We can't plan our lives around House of the Dragon. I get it. But let's say someone's like hearing all this and listening like, that's all well and good. But I want them to do my favorite movie. Braden, how would they go about telling us to do their favorite movie?
David, they just got to DM us on Instagram, bro.
Hold on, we have an Instagram?
Yeah.
Holy shit, what is it?
5-6 Kings.
Hold on, you mean at FIVESIXKING?
S.
On Instagram?
Yeah.
What, they just send a DM saying, hey, I want you guys to do this movie, and I would like this one of you two to take the notes and break it down scene by scene while the other one provides witty commentary?
Exactly.
And they'd be dealing with us directly.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Braden, why would they be dealing with us directly?
Well, it's because we don't have a dean of discipline.
We don't have a dean of discipline, guys. We're running amok over here. There's no discipline. I talked about... We're doing Never Back Down this week. I talked about the OC for 20 fucking minutes. You think if we had a dean of discipline, shit like that would fly? It wouldn't.
Nope.
Guys, and if you're watching this right now, if you're listening to this right now and you think, fuck, I think I could be the dean of discipline. I could do all their social media posting. I could edit the videos. I could make sure, I can keep motherfuckers in line and make sure that David's not talking about former dramas on Fox that have been off the air for 15 years. You know, I could post videos on YouTube. I could deal with Buzzsprout. I can do it all. I can get them some advertising dollars coming in here. No more fake Subway reads for these guys.
Oh, yeah.
I could do all of this. Guys, send us a DM.
Yeah.
Tell us why you think you could be the dean of discipline. And hey, if we find someone we like, you're getting 10% of all future earners of the 5-6 Kings. 10%, guys. That's
10%.
That's like buying Microsoft in the 70s. And Braden, what did people who had the opportunity to buy Microsoft in the 70s and pass on it do?
They killed themselves.
They fucking killed themselves, guys. Don't kill yourself. Apply to be the dean of discipline of the 5-6 Kings.
Yeah.
I would ask you to say every motherfucking Monday, but it's going to be Thursdays and Sundays for the most part until August. So you got anything else for the people?
No.
Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I love you all very much. And we'll see you Thursday.
Yeah. Peace out.
Beach counting, that's where I'm from. When niggas get